Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Back to another episode of the Chad Smith Podcast. My name is Chad Smith, and today is Thursday, February 10th, 2022, and I'm joined by the whole panel. How's it going?
Hello. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Good morning. I figured I'd start out a little different this morning, but just bring us all in at the same time. We can just say good morning to everybody in the chat at the same time. That way nobody's left out. So today we got Amber on the show. How's it going, Amber?
It's going good.
Did you have a hard time getting up this morning, or is the start time late enough for you?
No, it was good. I had a hard time getting out of bed just because I'm sore today.
Yeah.
Farm work is hard on my old body, so every muscle in my body hurts right now.
Oh, you've been working out or anything, or
mucking stalls?
Oh,
that deep of poo and
horse stalls?
Goats. I have 7 goats.
Oh, okay.
I think I have 7. I'm not sure. I might have more.
It might not be as big, but it's twice as much when it's a goat. And it's all over the fucking place. Sorry.
Well, usually I would let them out a lot, but we had a lot of snow and bad weather, so they had to kind of stay in their stalls for like a month. And we had a nice day yesterday, so I cleaned them.
Yeah. Sonny, you had horse stalls, right? For some reason, I remember you saying something about
horses and dogs and pigs and cows. I'm a country boy too, Amber. I live in California, but I live in the country. Spooky lives where everyone wants to live in California, and I live in the country.
Spooky lives where everybody over here thinks California looks
California
like.
Is, yeah. When they think of California, that's where Spooky lives.
California love.
That's right. Every time somebody says California, we're like, oh, beaches. We just think of beaches.
It was glorious yesterday.
Oh yeah, Spooky took a really cool video of the beach yesterday.
I was in spooky heaven.
Did you do some meditating down there? Meditating.
Oh yeah,
meditating.
Oh my god, the energy was unbelievable.
You can still do it with the sun out and everything when it's bright.
Oh, I had the wind. I had the little misty sand was blowing against my cheeks as I was sitting there listening to the waves. But this energy was incredible.
Yeah, man. You were telling me about it, and it sounded pretty awesome. And then I saw the video, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm jealous. All right, I'm jealous now. Kind of freaked out of growing up around the Great Lakes. I'm kind of freaked out of the ocean, but I'm sure if I was there, I'd probably have to jump in.
I went about waist deep in the water, but I started to get a little worried for my phone.
Oh, you had your phone with you?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a GoPro for some reason.
No.
Yeah.
Just the iPhone.
I thought phones can get wet now. I get my phone wet all the time, guys.
Oh, here we go.
It's supposed to be able to get
It's too
wet.
early for that.
Yeah.
I hope that can.
You can get them wet, but the problem is when you drop it in the water, I mean, it's gone. It's gone.
You drop in the
you drop in the ocean, you'll never see it again.
Yep.
Irene, I've never seen you before.
When it washes back up on shore.
Is this a friend of yours, Amber? Irene Takura? I've never seen Irene before, so thank you and welcome to the chat, or welcome to the show.
The ocean's pretty damn cold here too. You gotta have a
I love
wetsuit
the
on
ocean.
It surprised me yesterday. It wasn't as cold as I thought it was going to be. I went waist deep, and it was, it was tolerable, but I wouldn't have wanted to go full body.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Somebody said that. Actually, my friend Dominic, he lives up northwest Michigan, way up, almost as high as you can go in the lower peninsula. And he was telling me that the lake up there still isn't frozen. It's blowing my mind right now that Lake Michigan's not frozen still because it's been so cold around here.
Yeah.
But all the other lakes and ponds around me down here in the southern part of Michigan they've been frozen for weeks, but I guess Lake Michigan's still up and roaring. It's crazy. It's been cold.
This is my spot, Chad. I'll show you. I'll solo screen
Full
myself.
screen it.
See if we can get that to come in.
Oh,
Yeah, that's Pismo from my hotel room. That's from the Edgewater, Spooky. You know where that's at?
Heck yeah, that's such a
that's
beautiful place.
That's like in a little apartment type thing. It's a two bedroom. Yeah.
Oh man, what a view!
Yeah, that's where we go. That's where we go to Pismo, Chad.
Nice.
That's
sweet.
But yeah, that's the only time I get to see the beach. I got to drive 3 hours to see that and stay there.
That's a big beach.
We have to drive like
usually
8 or 9 to
stay-
go to a beach.
We
Yeah,
usually don't
where?
stay there. I went there to buy dirt bikes that time. We didn't go on a vacation
Oh.
trip. I went there to buy
Remember
stuff.
that?
And I bring it here to resell it. But yeah, we usually stay on the beach, right on the beach where we're at. And Spooky knows we stay in the dunes. We stay out there for like 2 weeks at a time. That's why I got the
Oh,
big
hell
trailers and the trucks. Yeah.
That sounds like a good time.
It's my wife's favorite thing, man.
Going to the dunes.
So, where are you from again, Amber?
I'm in West Virginia.
And no, there's no beaches
cool.
there.
No, we have a
My side.
lake that has sand, so that's like our West Virginia beach. The water's always cold.
Oh, it's probably
That's
spring
what-
fed, huh?
That's what we
What
do
is
here.
it?
We mostly go to lakes.
Yeah.
That would be that's my jam.
We have a lot of lakes around where I live, in Michigan. Yeah, West
Not
Virginia.
here. We got
I don't know if we've-
3 to choose from.
I don't know if we've talked to somebody from West Virginia before.
I
Everybody.
think the last time I drove to Virginia Beach, it was still like 7 hours or a little more.
Holy.
Wow.
But I stop and
far.
pee like every 20 minutes. So I'm like a kid. I have to stop all the time. Or if we pass a store that I haven't seen, I'm like, we have to stop. So it'd probably be quicker if I just drove straight through.
Probably. Got to do it at nighttime so you don't have any distractions. You're just got to get there.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in the paranormal community, the paranormal stuff?
Since I was 5.
Oh, really? Pretty much your whole life, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, my whole life.
Did you have an experience that got you into it? Or were you just,
The very first experience I remember, I was 5 and I saw a UFO in the sky. So, and of course, back then, my mom was like, "Oh, it was probably your imagination."
mm-hmm.
But she has abilities too, so she knew.
Oh, okay.
But of course, didn't tell me at first.
She knew but didn't want to say anything at first.
Right.
Right on. So was
Yeah.
it a scary experience for you, or were you just like amazed or?
No, I was like
Curious.
fascinated with it. Like I
Yeah.
saw this. We lived out in the middle of nowhere, of course, on this mountain, and there was nothing around us. But I'd seen it in the sky at night, and it went over this hill, and I saw a light flash from it, and then I didn't see anything. So it was like a day or two later, I'd walked over that little hill, and the ground was burned where I thought I seen it.
Really?
The ground was just charred. It was really weird. But that was my first experience.
And you were 5,
Yes.
and you were
Yeah,
the
we used
only
to-
one that saw it.
No, well, I believe my brother walked over the hill with me that day, but we never really
pretty cool.
talked about it after that.
Huh? That's pretty interesting. So, how long did you go until you saw something else after that?
Well, the whole time we lived there, we didn't live there very long, a couple years, but there was a shed out back that had stuff in it. It had an old organ. I don't know whose it was, but it would make noises a lot. And there was a creepy doll back there. I
organ
took
made
her
noise?
with me. Yes, it would. The keys would play, and I would have experiences in the bedroom. I would see things, and I knew this is going to sound crazy, but one time, I tried to get out of the bed because I was scared, and my foot went through the floor. It's like there was no floor. So I don't know. It was just
Oh, when you got out of bed?
my bed, the floor, my foot. There was no floor when I was
Oh,
I don't know what I experienced, but it was weird.
that's interesting. Yeah. I haven't heard that before.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
Wow. So is anybody else in your family the same way? Do they see stuff too, or is it just you and your family?
No, it's my mom's side of the family. My mom, my aunts, some of my cousins have had experiences. My
That's
great
awesome that
grandma,
you're-
I found out was she used to heal people and stuff like that. I didn't know her. She passed before I was born.
That's sweet. I like that your first experience was with a UFO.
Yeah, I've never
I was
questioned them.
wondering. That's my biggest interest is with UFOs and aliens. Like the ghosts are cool too, because that's something that's unexplainable and stuff. But I don't know, for some reason I also think they're kind of all related. But yeah, UFOs stuff up in the sky is just what's always been interesting to me.
I
Looking up
always
at
look at the
stars.
sky. I mean, I'm fascinated by it because it's like we don't really know what's out there. There's been a few times, like as an adult, we were in a car coming home from getting tattoos, and there was a couple cars of us, and we saw some stuff in the sky. And this was near Point Pleasant, West Virginia. We all kind of got out and just looked at it. Other than that, and seeing some stuff, I've never really had an experience until recently. I do believe some type of ET was in my house recently. I got a video of it. I posted on TikTok. Because I was like, I'm always the one to debunk photos and videos and stuff like that, and here I am like recording this thing and I'm like, is that a face? Like I had to stare off with it for like 15 minutes, but that scared me because I knew it had bad intentions, but it has not been back since. So
Man.
I don't want it back at the house.
How did you know it had bad intentions? You just got a feeling from it?
There is yes. Yeah, it scared me. I was trying to go to sleep. I had just laid down and my heart started racing. And it's kind of like the way I feel whenever like just some random spirit just shows up. But I heard the word alien in my head. And then Heidi, she's attached to a doll that I have. She lives here with me. She was like, this is not a human. You know what I mean? Like she told me. And I'm just like, I look at it and this face forms and you can even in the video I posted, you can see it when it leaves. Like and nobody else is standing there. It was creepy, but I just had a really bad feeling about it. I told it to leave several times. It wouldn't leave. It took a while, but I'm not going to like hide under the covers. I'm going to tell stuff to to get out.
Right. Yeah. So you're not the type to run from it. You're more of like a stand there
Well,
and confront it.
I did post a video of the mausoleum where I did run and I ran really far. It just depends. That time, and that was recent too. When we're in a mausoleum and there's only one way out because this one door stays locked. And then we hear it's loud. Somebody's banging like crazy on the door. My first thought was that it was some person, some people messing with us because it was so loud. And I've never had that experience in that place before. So the last thing I want to do is like be bombarded by 4 or 5 dudes, and I have no way out when I'm in a building at night. So
that's the thing is humans are more dangerous most of the time. Well, probably all the time. Humans are a lot more dangerous than anything else that's in there.
Yes.
But for some reason we have just like a natural fear of stuff we can't explain. Yeah, that would freak me out. That's probably what would freak me out the most about doing nighttime investigations and stuff like that is just the human factor, seeing who's actually just standing out there as a human trying to freak us out.
Yeah, and if you think about it, when you're in a cemetery or like when we were in the mausoleum, the lights were on in there, so anybody could see us in there, and we're not seeing them because of the lighting. So you're walking around to some place with a flashlight, they can spot you way before you can even see them or hear them.
Yeah. So do you like scope out a place first in the daylight before you go in at night?
Sometimes I just go out and drive around and see what looks creepy.
That's cool.
It just depends.
There's probably locations too that are just too far and you only get like one shot or one time slot or something.
Yeah, I mean, especially where I live, it's like I can't really go live at a lot of places either because I have no cell phone signal. So a lot of these places I go to, if I did need to call for help, there's no cell phone signal. You're not going to be able to call anybody for help. And that's the majority, like 90% of the places I go.
Huh.
Man.
And so, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You got to take old thunder and lightning, No, just kidding.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I hope you're packing, but I guess if you got thunder and lightning with you,
She's already packing.
I usually have several things with me, so
That's good.
I mean, you'd hate to have to ever do that, though. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah, that's the last thing on your mind, really.
right.
No.
Oh yeah, really. Sonny's like,
Don't mess
not
with
the
me while
la-
I'm in there.
Sonny's like, it's not the last thing on my mind.
Yeah, if a ghost
That's
ever
cool.
gets me and I'm doing something like that, you'll find me with 2 empty magazines just laying there dead with a scared look on my face.
We don't know what
Ghost or
happened,
not,
but the
I'm
last
trying
thing
to
that
shoot
happened.
it if it comes after me.
Yeah, we don't know what happened, but he was scared, real
That's
scared.
hilarious.
Yep.
He was in fear for his life. So you also do you do past life regressions or past life readings?
No, I do hope to be able to do that, like, or at least to offer that sometime this year. But there's a lot of stuff I need to learn and work on before I can do that.
Okay.
I've done it on myself. So
Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know you could do that.
yeah. You could. There's a lot of meditations that you can do, and you can do that. You know, it
Was
works for
good
some
news?
people. Some people it doesn't.
Did you get good news out of it, or
No, it was
no?
horrible.
Oh,
It was
man.
horrible. It was not what I expected at all. But that's another thing with past life. You have to be ready for it. There's a lot of people that want to know and think they're, you know, you're going to be a king or a queen, and you're probably going to be somebody that got murdered and dumped on the side of the road. You know, that's the reality of it.
Yep, that's the reason why I'm kind of freaked out to do it, because you just never know. Like, you died somehow.
Mhm.
The chances that it was peaceful are kind of slim, especially back in the day. Who knows what was going on?
Yep.
The one I saw when I did it myself was like, I think early 70s, and I was like a toddler, like maybe 2,
Whoa.
and I was killed by my father. So it was horrible.
Yeah, that's
Oh, no.
real bad.
If I knew what
That's
state it was in, I would love to look it up, though, to, like, you know, piece it together to,
Oh, that'd be
you know,
so
to get names
interesting.
or something. But I don't know what state it was in. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know.
I feel like that's one of the first things that really got me into this, like the paranormal side of things, was people like that. There was a kid on YouTube that he, like, this whole time growing up, he knew his name from a past life, and I don't remember the whole story, like if he was talking to himself or something, but I'm pretty sure he just remembered a lot of details from his past life. And he's only like 6 or 7 years old. He's real young. And then when they actually did the research to figure out if that somebody with that name at that age died in this area, like, I guess everything lined up, and he really was who he said he used to be. And
Yeah.
that's what really
There's
got
a-
me interested. I'm like, are you serious?
There's
Really
one
weird.
that got me like that, Chad. That's the one with the kid that's like in, I want to say India or something like that, where the little kid is like 5 years old, sees the guy that killed him 5 years ago and says, "That's the man that murdered me, you know, when I
Whoa.
was this person."
Mm-hmm.
The guy went
That's
to prison
nuts.
for it because he confessed. The little kid told people, and then I guess told him, you know, and it was a thing. The guy actually is in jail for killing this guy. That's this 5-year-old kid, but he killed
Really?
him 5 years ago, and now the kid's in this body saying that's the man that killed me 5 years ago. Knows his name and everything, and the guy confesses because of the kid. He believes the kid that's really the guy, you know.
Whoa.
So yeah, he confessed and goes, I don't know where that is now. I'm gonna have to look it up again. But
That's
yeah, crazy
interesting.
stuff like that happens.
But, you know, a lot of us carry things like that. You know, our soul learns whether we remember it or not. That's why we come back. You know, our soul is here to learn. So, you know, a lot of times fears can be associated with past lives, but other things can be carried throughout it too. Not every fear is valid from a past life. Like, I'm terrified of frogs, but that's from a personal experience. But, you know, you could be scared of, like, water. Maybe you drown in a past life. You know, somebody that has no reason, like, they can't think of any logical reason why they have this fear. It's just something that's been with them forever. You know, that could be related to a past life or a death or some way you got injured or something.
Yeah, all this stuff is really interesting to learn about. The past life stuff is awesome to learn about because, I mean, there's stuff that you can verify. There's information like when you have a kid like that that's saying, "Hey, that's the guy that shot me," and you can actually go and do the research and figure out if it's real or not. I mean, that's pretty damn
And
good
you
proof.
know, yeah, about those kids, I think it's awesome that their parents validated their feelings, because how many parents would be like, that's just all in your head. What are you watching, and just dismiss them.
Yeah. Well, there's probably a large majority of parents that's how they handle it.
Right.
And I wonder if some of the parents just are freaked out by it and they just don't even want to no, you're not actually seeing ghosts. No big deal. You don't know who you used to be when you were in your past life.
Yeah, definitely a mixture of that, and then ones that are just closed-minded. That think that stuff is just it can't exist.
Sci-fi stuff, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's unfortunate for them. There's a pretty cool community that they're missing out on.
Right.
So how long have you been involved with? It took you a while to open up to it.
Yeah. Just until I seen the flying thing, that flying triangle or wing.
What's up, Amy?
Oh, good morning, alien girl. Good morning, Cass. I see you in there too.
Yep, we got Cassie in here. I think now since there's about 20 people here, we can start saying hi. We got Eddie Haskell's in the house. Wes H. Good to see you, man. Eddie, how's it going? Another Eddie. Got two Eddies. Yep. We're getting big now. We got two Eddies in the house.
Oh, man.
That's when you know you made it.
Yep.
Cassie, we got Diesel Girl. How's it going? Yep. Melissa, thank you for all your help in the chat. Melissa and Cassie are doing good with sharing out all the links. So thank you. Sweetly Morbid Bear, how's it going? Good morning to you. Squatchin, South Florida. Matt says, ask Amber about her Dogman encounter.
First Floor Audio is here too.
Yeah, Lee.
Brazelhoff's always in here. He's here.
Music Man in here.
What's up, Brazelhoff?
Oh,
morning, man.
Facebook user, good morning. I can't connect on YouTube. Weird. Uh-oh. Are we clicking on the same thing?
Yeah.
Can't connect on YouTube. I don't know who you are, but thanks for being here. Dom, how's it going? That's his dog Chelsea in the picture.
Good dog.
Yep. Hey Lee, I wonder if Lee's doing I think he does it every weekend, but hey Lee, are you doing anything Saturday? You doing a show Saturday night? Because if you are, I will share it out at the end of the show. And Maria F, how's it going, man? I think we got everybody. That's about 20 people, wouldn't you say?
I think so. I think you got
it. Cool.
Did you get Squatching in Florida? Oh, yeah, you did.
Yep. Yeah, he's the one that has the question. He said, ask Amber about her Dogman encounter. Do you want to? Is that something you want to share on the air?
No, it's fine. I mean, okay. I filmed it.
Oh, cool.
Like a year ago, maybe a year and a half. My memory sucks. I even forgot about this till you said that last night.
I know. I'm glad I said something.
Right? My memory's horrible. But it was like me, a friend, my daughter, my mom. We had went to the cemetery. And this cemetery is creepy, just completely creepy. It is the Hatfield Cemetery where Devil Anse is buried. So it's on a mountain too. Yeah, you've got to like walk up this mountain. And we were up there and we've gotten like Bigfoot over the spirit box, just different things. And we were leaving and I had just stopped filming and we hear snarling and growling. Like these dogs are running after us and they're close to us. There's two of them, but we didn't see them. We could hear them right in front of us, but we couldn't see them. So we took off running. Like we couldn't see them, but we still tried to run. I mean, it's like this, straight downhill. And then, I kind of thought they were hellhounds. That's what I felt from it. So I went back and did a video several weeks ago, trying to see if I could find any evidence, paw prints, hear it again, get it on video. there's definitely something on my thumbnail. It's just a photo I screenshot from the video because I suck at making thumbnails for the most part. But there's something in between the trees. I don't know what that was, but I don't know. I heard some growling and stuff. I don't know exactly what it was, but there was definitely something there. I did have Dogman and Hellhounds come through on the Necrophonic app. So I don't know. There's definitely a lot of stuff going on at that place. I want to go at night, but you're not allowed really to go there at night. So,
Oh, is it like what kind of park is it?
it's just a cemetery on the side of the road
Oh,
where
it's a
there's
cemetery.
no cell phone signal. And you have to walk up it. You can't drive. And it's a gravel road like that steep, and you got to walk up a good ways.
Ooh.
So if something does chase you, your best bet's like tuck and roll and see if you make it out alive, like,
Yeah.
especially at night.
So this is like an inactive. I mean, they're not using the cemetery anymore.
No,
For new burial?
it's more like a tourist place. There's a lot of people there because Devil Anse Hatfield is buried there. So there's a lot of people that come in. So
I forgot you said
so
that.
it
See,
stays
I'm the
pretty
one with
busy.
I got the bad memory now.
Rubbing off
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah, I
Brazel
totally
House
forgot.
is what it smelled like.
Mm.
Could you smell anything? Smell the
Um,
dog?
I don't think I paid enough attention because we were like, oh crap, we're leaving. We just freaked out.
Yeah.
I mean, I was fully expecting to see actual dogs, which would make sense. You could hear them barking, down the road. People have pets out there. I mean, it's out in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure some people have a lot of dogs. But we didn't see anything, and you could hear it. Like you could hear it right in front of us, and it was snarling. And like, I would try to mock the sound, but I don't want to embarrass myself. But it was snarling and growling, and it sounded extremely close, like right beside of us. But we all four heard it, so it wasn't just one person that heard it. It was all of us.
That's something that you've never heard again before.
No,
Heard again. Again before.
not that sound. No.
Yeah.
But I would like to see it. I mean, I would like to see what chased me.
Yeah. What about as far as like, have you tried to find that sound on the internet with anybody else's research?
I haven't. And that's a good idea, but I have not done that.
Yeah, because there's some weird, unexplainable sounds you hear on the YouTubes there.
Yeah.
What's the most famous one? It's like, I think it's Sierra Sounds, is it? That one's creepy. Bigfoot, supposed Bigfoot recording. Hey, Bald and Bonkers, how's it going? Good to see you. And Bim Jim just hopped in. Why are people afraid of ghosts? I think it really goes back to it's just unexplained. Humans don't like stuff that they can't explain, I don't think.
Yeah.
Stuff you just don't know what it is.
Ghosts get a bad reputation for no reason, at no fault of their own. It's because of humans, humans kind of just are good at destroying everything, everybody else's reputation, trying to save their own. So, I mean, there's obviously there's some angry ones that might, knock your cup over or something, but for the most part, they're not like that.
Yeah. And if that's the worst thing that happens, I mean, oh, my cup got knocked over.
Yeah.
But like if you ask somebody, put them in an abandoned factory downtown Detroit and you said, do you want 10 ghosts running after you or do you want 10, who knows, humans coming after you? It's like, I'll take the ghosts.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Right now,
any day.
okay? Yeah, for sure. Let's see. I thought there was another question, but I guess I was just mistaken. Yep, I don't see it again. That was just Brassel talking back to Bim Jim. I try so hard not be, but the fear is a natural reaction.
I mean, it happens. I mean, even people that are experienced in it get scared. I mean, it happens.
That's understandable. I get freaked out way too easy. If it's a dark room and I hear a sound, I don't know what it is. That's it. That's all it takes. I'm freaked out. That's why I'm not really into the whole ghost thing. I think I'll just stick to checking out the sky.
That's why I said,
in my opinion, like ETs are scarier than ghosts will ever be. That's my opinion.
ETs are scarier than ghosts?
I think, like aliens, I think that's way on a whole different level. then I don't like, for me, like personally, I don't want to go there.
Yeah, that's interesting that we have like the whole different, totally opposite. But see, I haven't seen anything at all. So maybe if I had more experiences, I'd be like, oh, I see what Amber was talking about. Aliens are freakier. But have you seen aliens?
Just the one I videoed. It was definitely something from the sky realm.
Right.
And it was scary. I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I would be happy if I never had to see one again my whole life, but I have a feeling that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
From what I understand, once you see them,
Clowns.
they can show themselves more. I love creepy clowns.
Yeah, clowns never freaked me out either. And like people are afraid of dolls. I'm not really afraid of dolls either. I don't know why.
No,
I'm just not freaked out by objects like that.
See, people think she's scary, and I love her. I think she's beautiful.
No, I'm kidding.
This is Heidi. She is beautiful. I love her.
Heidi?
Well, I say Heidi, but yeah.
Heidi.
Heidi.
This is Heidi. Where'd you get her at?
And an estate sale.
Oh, okay.
She's awesome.
Was it a creepy estate sale? Like everything else there was creepy too?
Well, it was actually one that from on my road, this lady who had her would go to other estate sales in other states and shop, collect things. Her house was full of stuff, but she would always stop and like talk to my goats and take pictures of them and stuff. And then she passed away. So I went up there and I don't even remember how much they were trying to sell her for. I'm like, I'll give you $1. And they were like, okay. So I took her home and
can't beat that.
Yeah.
Even if she is haunted.
Yeah, she's sweet though. The woman attached to her, she passed away. She lived in Tennessee originally, so she was an actual human. She was a good person.
Yeah, well, that's cool. So there's not really there's no negative attachments to it.
No. Cool. I wasn't real sure when I first got her, but there was a lot of spirits in my yard messing with me at the time. But yeah, she's cool. She lives here. And then I brought back another guy from the beach last year, Paul. He lives here too. I have to learn to say, every time I go somewhere, everybody's like, don't bring anybody home. I don't care if it's like a little kid, just stop. So.
Well, what's going on with Paul? How's Paul doing? What's he up to?
Paul is so sweet. He just wears red swim trunks and he's like 23 maybe.
Oh, okay. He just hangs out in red swim trunks?
Yes, that's all he wears. He's sweet though.
So do you think that that's how he died? I mean, is that the state?
He died on a fishing boat back in like the late 40s, early 50s.
Okay.
And as soon as I got on the beach last year, he was like, hey, I need to talk to you. So I did a few, talk to him for a while. And I'm like, do you just want to come home with me and I'll cross you over? Then he got here and he ended up going to my mom in a dream, like that same night I got home. And all she saw in her dream was from behind him. So she just saw his back and his shorts. And he said, tell her I don't want to cross over. I want to stay with her. And I'm like, how can I tell him no? So you can stay.
Yeah, really. That's pretty cool. So ghosts have their own, or like spirits have they still have free will?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's free will just like it is here. I mean, you can go into the light and come back and see your family. It's not like there are ones that I cross over that do like, I guess they miss that light or they don't realize they're dead, that they do need help. And I help them. Most of them don't, really need the help. I've probably crossed over maybe 60 of them in the last 2 years, but that's because when I go places, sometimes they'll all like follow me home. And then I get home and there's like, 20 of them standing out in the road.
Matt says, don't get me wrong on the aliens. Give them no quarter, Amber. Give them no quarter. I'm not familiar with that saying. Is that like, don't give them time of the day or something? Don't give them a quarter?
That could also mean a place to stay.
Give them no quarter, Amber. Oh, I've never heard that before. It's interesting. What was I going to ask you? See, if I could just remember questions to ask you, I'd have a pretty damn good show going on here.
Oh, if you don't mind, Amber, I wouldn't mind hearing a little bit more about that. When your first UFO sighting when you were little.
Yeah, I mean, it was just we had this like it was like this little porch. It was on this double wide trailer, so it had like this little concrete porch with this black iron railing, and it was just, I mean, it was low to the ground. Like I saw this, and I'm like, what is that? At the time, I'm sure I'd never seen anything about stuff in the sky. I don't even think we had cable, so I didn't see anything like that. But it had lights around it. And then when it went over this hill, we lived on the hill, so it went over into the woods. I saw this light flash, and that's all I remember at the time. And then, like I said, when we went back down there, the ground was like charred in a big circle. Obviously, this is in the, mid 80s. I didn't have a camera phone or anything, so there's no documentation other than what I saw. But
yeah, I'm thinking back in those days, a lot of times people were describing like flying saucers more than orb type or triangle UFOs that we're hearing about today.
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering if you thought it was more like a saucer type craft.
What I remember, I think it was more rounded. I don't think it was a triangle, but it was so long ago. But I still remember it. Like I can still see it. But that was my first experience. So I've never questioned it. Are they real? I've never questioned any of it really. I mean, you'd have to prove to me something wasn't real for me to believe it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That was when you were enlightened for sure.
Oh yeah. And there's a lot of people, and I get this on TikTok so much. I love TikTok. But I get so much hate on there as well. And people are always like, well, you have to prove this. You need to prove this. It could be about Sasquatch. It could be about any of this. Prove it to me. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. And everybody wants this scientific proof. But just like I was saying earlier, when like parents that dismiss their kids' feelings or whatever, we allow science and in the name of science, government to freaking gaslight our feelings all the time. If somebody has an experience, what do? They want them to go see a psychologist and lock them up or tell them it's not real. How many times did the government tell people, aliens aren't real? And then they declassed the stuff, a year and a half ago? Mm-hmm. And that's not even all of what they're showing us. They're just showing us what they want to show us. But how many times have scientists lied to us? You know what I mean? Like, why are we trying to say it's like proof scientific? If our own feelings and what we experience isn't enough proof for ourselves, then like the scientific part doesn't matter, at least in my opinion. Like that's how I feel about it. Scientists and the government's going to gaslight you every day, all day long. So what's it matter if there's that,
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with that for sure. Yeah, because like you said, there's a lot of things that they told us, no, don't worry about that. That's not the case. That's not real. And then 20 years later, 30 years later, right. It's like, what? Went back on your promise.
I mean, they're just like, I know people like, for example, sleep paralysis, that's what they call it. But most of the time, and the majority of the people are having paranormal experiences with it, but they say, oh, that's not real. You were asleep, even though you say you're awake. They're telling people what to believe and making them question their own sanity, their own thoughts, their own experiences for the name of, well, this is what it's called. This is the medical version of it. You know what I mean? Like, we have to stop doing that. We have to start validating everybody's feelings, everybody's experiences, whether you agree with it or not, and stop saying, well, unless you can scientifically prove this. I mean, I get science is good for some stuff, but we can't rely on science to say, well, I'm not going to believe in Sasquatch until it's scientifically proven. What do you want him to do? Go catch him and run tests on him? Like, no.
Right. Well, that's the thing now is we are getting to the point where scientists are saying, scientists are even coming on to coming this side of it because, like with the studies that are being done on the pineal gland and how, from what I understand from listening to Bledsoe Said So podcast, if you're not subscribed, please go do that. Ryan talking about how the pineal gland has little releases of dimethyltryptamine while you're sleeping, and that's like what's giving you your dreams. And then at the time of death, like there's a huge surge of dimethyltryptamine that's released from your pineal gland in your brain. So there's, that's like I don't know what they call it, the something spirit chemical or something like that. They named it something like that, or they call it, where it's like the magic chemical that gets released that like sends you to the other side or takes you out of this realm. So there's some science that's starting to come in, because it's like, oh, we've got some pretty sophisticated equipment now where we can actually track where this chemical is coming from. Because before they didn't even know where it was even. They knew that everything living had DMT in it, but they just didn't know where it was coming from. And
I mean, our brow
especially
chakra,
humans.
which people call the third eye chakra, that's where your dreams and all of that, and that's where the gland is. I mean, it's all related.
Right. Yeah, and then there's pine cone statues all over the world.
And from thousands of years ago, cave drawings,
exactly.
just like with the mermaids, and I mean, there's all this stuff that we see, and then it just gets dismissed because it can't be real. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I think that was the old days. I think we're starting to wake up now.
Hopefully, some people.
Generations coming in to save the day. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. We just need Spooky to keep telling people to keep meditating, and we'll be all set, I think.
Oh my gosh, that's what I always tell people: manifest and meditate.
Really?
I tell people this all the time.
Go. You guys will get along
I
great.
meditate all night long, like at least 4 times a day. Where's my look? Sometimes I meditate like this with my crystals on my head, and I'm like, it just depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
Spooky's like, good idea.
I didn't dare take crystals out to the beach yesterday. I knew the energy would be already off the hook, so it was like.
See, I get that kind of energy from the ocean too. I have to have it at least once a year in my life. I would like to live closer, but I'm stuck here in this cold state with no cell phone signal.
It's absolutely incredible. There's just so much power, like you said, Chad, in the video. You can just hear the power of the force of the earth, and I mean, when you start making your way into the meditation on the beach, it's just like a kaleidoscope of energy all around you. And it's like, yesterday I was thinking to myself, man, reminds me of the eye in Lord of the Rings. It kind of it has that look, outside energy. I wish I could describe it better. Just power. Yeah.
Power.
Meditation is very powerful, and you open yourself up because you can see things. It's awesome. My daughter's 8 now, and she has abilities too. So I try to work with her on letting her, showing her how to meditate, and she does some guided ones because she needs to learn how to protect that energy field. She was having a hard time kind of connecting with one the other day, and this was like a sort of like a white light, negative energy clearing meditation we were doing. So I gave her some of my energy, and she had her eyes closed, and she didn't know I was doing it. And she was like, I feel it. And she just started crying. But it was like not the bad crying. It was like all of this stuff was like being released, and it was awesome. I mean, most people are very freaked out with that.
It's so awesome that you guys shared that. I also have taught my kids. Actually, my son is actually probably the best out of all of us at meditation. Probably because he's been raised on it first. But yeah, my whole family.
I homeschool too, so we do that during the day. Like it's incorporated. I told her dad doesn't meditate much. He'll get his PlayStation controller and be like, I'm gonna go meditate in the bedroom. But I was like, we all need to get together and just like do a family meditation. Like, I don't know. Hopefully they'll go for it one day, but I love it. I mean, I couldn't live at this point. I couldn't live without it.
Huh?
Exactly.
Man, you guys.
Or Chad start meditating.
I need to. I don't know what my problem is. It's like I gotta have something playing, a podcast playing. I gotta have something going on all the time.
Spend some time with yourself.
Put your earbuds in and do some guided meditations. That'll get you started.
Guided meditations.
That's definitely where it's going to start. On my community tab. You would like them. I only share the ones I love.
Oh, okay. On your Facebook group?
No, on my YouTube channel under the community tab. If you scroll, because I share other people's stuff too, but there's a few guided ones.
Okay.
But if you're new to it, I always recommend starting out with just like a regular, sort of like a either chakra clearing or energy clearing one. Don't jump into like some pineal gland, third eye stuff, if you're not used to it, because you can, you might open something you don't want to, or have a bad experience. You might get really bad headaches. You might get dizzy. You got to kind of work your way to it.
Okay. So definitely you would
See,
say
I always tell people to start out with the one that explains to you how to
What's
open your
going
third
on.
eye. Yeah, no, your third eye. I might be telling them to go the wrong way.
Well, I
That's
only
how
say
I
that
did
because
it. It was weird. It was like I tried that stuff. It didn't work. I came across the third eye one, and I was like, well, this is just dumb. and then, yeah, all of a sudden, like if you do what it says to do, it works. And then you're just like, then it's kind of mind blowing when it works. Then you're like, what
yes.
the hell was that? And then the third eye one is what made it work for me.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's some that don't resonate with people. Like if you do a guided one and their voice irritates you, stop listening to it. There's some that I cannot stand. Even the beats and the sound, some of them, it just makes me want to be like, no. So you have to find one that you love, that resonates with you, and what works for you may not work for me. It's everybody's different. But there's some that are just the sounds, and we can put them on and just like kind of rock out to it.
That's cool. Sunsaver says might get a panic attack. You never know how you're going to react to it. Singing, Chris says singing is helpful also. Cassie, she goes into hot baths to meditate. There you go. Yeah, I need to just do it. Just got to do it. I need to click on one of these guided meditation videos and just try it out. Don't I say that like every podcast, Spooky?
It's just, I mean, I would like to minimize, the difficulty factor in it, and just encourage people just to, number one, try to block everything out, all the outside noise, and just focus, on yourself, trying to center yourself and find the balance. You have, the only way you can really do that though is by trying to, rid yourself of all that outside noise. TV, politics, screaming kids, all that.
Yes, that's so hard. That's why I can't do the bath meditation, because then I have her knocking on the door every 2 minutes. Are you done yet? Are you done yet? No. So I can't do that one. But Sunny, like you said, you were telling people to do the third eye, that can work for a lot of people. And the only reason I recommend, like especially when I do readings on TikTok, I recommend the negative energy clearing, because so many people carry so much from their past and so much worry and so much hate, or just other people's energy. People that are, can pick up other people's energy. So even the negative stuff, it kind of sticks to us. So, to me, it kind of clears all that out and kind of gives you like a fresh plate to start with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good advice, Amber.
Yeah.
Chad said it earlier about when an analogy is kind of like Luke when he was learning the Force. It's kind of like that, man. That's why I like Amber, her advice about just kind of going in slowly, harnessing that ability.
Amber does card readings too. That's awesome. Cassie's getting me kind of addicted into those. She keeps sending me decks of cards. It's easy to get addicted to those. Hey, Pinzer, how's it going? Good morning. Bigfoot, Michigan, Rob, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Yeah, I don't know. Me and Sonny are both like visual learners, so I wonder if what resonates with them would probably work for me too, but I don't know. The third eye guided meditation, I'll check that one out for sure. It's on the list.
Like I told you, Chad, I just listened to that stuff because it helped me go to sleep. It was the sound.
Yeah.
And then I started listening to it like, well, I'm listening to it, I might as well try it. Like instead of just not paying attention, I was paying attention to what they were saying after a while, and then it starts working. Even if so I wasn't trying to do it. It just happens. If you listen to those things enough, it'll happen.
So does it feel like you're going into a dream? Like a dreamlike state?
It feels way different than a dream.
It's different for everybody too, like a little different. So
it's more real a little bit to me.
There's
I've heard
sometimes I
people
can
say
see
that.
like just bright colors around my third eye. There's times I see people's faces. There's times I see buildings. There's times I just see crazy colors flashing. Like it's awesome though. I sound crazy, don't I?
Well, to somebody that's never done it
because
before,
I know what
You're in the right place.
You know what's weird, Chad? The colors she's talking about.
Mhm.
The first when the thing that drew the what the hell was that out of me was listening to one of the third eye things that I never heard, and this one is explaining to you how to activate your third eye. So I'm seeing these stupid colors, right? As I'm doing it, it almost looks like the blue that's behind Spooky back there by his statues. I'm kind of seeing that color. And then the lady or man, whatever it was, says, you might be seeing blues or purples, and I was just like, what the hell? How could she have
How they
possibly
know?
known I was seeing that color?
yeah,
It's a recording. It's not something live. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. But yeah, you do see that
Might
third
have
eye
had-
thing. It's crazy. It's nuts. If you guys can get it to work, I encourage everyone to try it.
Yeah, it's crazy
Yes.
how much I've heard about it and listened to people's experience, and it still sounds like if you haven't done it before, it does sound kind of cool. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy. Like sounds like something that wouldn't actually happen, but or
No,
something
I
that
thought it
wouldn't
was a
work.
joke even when I first listened to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. There's something to it.
See, like in my opinion, if you like, and this is for like paranormal or just anybody, if you want to raise yourself to that higher vibration, open yourself up to communicate with other things, even just to work with your higher self. Meditation is the only way you're going to get there. You're not going to get there by reading a book. You're not going to get there by just going out and using a spirit box in a cemetery. You have to meditate. You have to be one with yourself.
Love it.
That's what I think.
I've actually heard of like what was I think the last podcast that Bledsoe Said So did. They were talking about how the aliens that came down to talk to Chris told them, oh no, that wasn't them. It was the CIA was telling the whole family that they need to start meditating.
Yeah.
Is what Ryan said. Because like the CIA is always at their house, or they used to be when Ryan was growing up. They were always over there and doing investigations on Chris or whatever they were doing over there. And Ryan, that's what Ryan said, is that they told Chris and the whole family, like, you guys need to, you're gifted and you need to meditate more and get more, like, open your third eye more.
Because they know the power.
They knew it was, they know what's going on.
Yeah, there's so many types of meditation. Like, you can just, it's meditation for me, a lot of people, like if you're just singing along to something in your car, but there's different kinds, that's not going to get you to that higher vibration. There's just different types, but meditation can be anything, dancing in your kitchen while you're cooking. That can, make you happy and make you feel better. There's just different types that, once you have to have a goal, like what you want to do with it, and then do that with meditation.
So before you go into it, have like a goal in mind of what you want to accomplish.
I mean, I think it works that way. I mean, better. Like if you go into it and you're like, I mean, obviously if you're skeptical about stuff, trying it works, like Sunny said, but some people have a mindset to where they're not going to open themselves up. So if you have a goal and you're like, hey, I just want to see if this is going to work, maybe let me try to clear this negative energy I had from work today. Something as simple as that, kind of manifesting that to happen as well, then meditate on it. That can work too. And I saw some comments of people talking about that their energy is like, I don't know, like too hyper or too much energy. They can't focus to meditate.
Yeah.
I'm as ADHD as you're ever going to find. Like I'm always up. I don't sleep much. I can have 7 conversations in 10 minutes, but meditation is amazing. If I can do it, anybody can.
Huh. You're selling it pretty good. All right. I'll see you guys later.
What are we talking about, really? We're talking about spending time with ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's not that hard.
You got time for that?
I got time for that. That's all I do is have time for that.
Pencil yourself in. Write it down.
Right? There's a lot going on up here.
I've never seen a comment from Twitch before. Sweet Jesus, it is the perfect evolution of beard growth, the lady not included. She ain't my mother-in-law. What does that mean? But anyway, good to see you. Thanks for being the first person I've seen on Twitch.
Oh, yeah. Twitch.
I'm on Alien Girls. I'm on her camp for that when she says that she's got to have 2 different platforms that she streams on just in case one of them gets rid of her. So she's like, I'm on YouTube and Twitch just in case YouTube drops me. Says
I don't think I've ever heard of Twitch.
Twitch started out as for gamers that play video games and stream.
I mean, I have Instagram, but I never upload anything. I've maybe put 3 things on there in the last 3 months.
Oh, okay.
I pretty much do YouTube and TikTok.
YouTube and TikTok. That's the top thing out there now. I need to get on there. I have a personal account on there, but I need to get
on that TikTok. I don't do none of them.
I need to get the.
I'll try.
How about that Discord?
I'm on there now. We got a Discord. I know. I actually haven't paid attention to it in 2 days, so it's probably full of messages.
Mm-hmm.
But Jamie told me I had to be on Discord, so I'm on there now. And yeah, she told me Facebook's dying, so I have to leave Facebook in the dust and go on TikTok. Like, okay, TikTok and Discord, I guess, is gonna take over. Discord started out as a gamers platform too. I mean, that's where gamers would chat and communicate through. That's what they would use to communicate with when they're gaming.
Mm-hmm.
I told you guys, I still use MySpace. Just me and Tom's on there.
You and Tom?
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Good old MySpace. They were talking about that on the radio the other day. Everything was so much simpler. All you had to do is worry about what background you had and what music you had set. Yeah, because you could have music playing whenever somebody would come to your profile. There'd be a little music video playing, and now Facebook's like, no, can't do that.
Too much freedom.
Too much freedom. And then YouTube tells you it's all copyright. Can't use this, can't use that. It's all copyright. Don't use it. It's copyright.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't make sense because then you can go find these TikTok collab videos on YouTube where they're playing all this music. They're allowed to do it, but we can't.
Yeah, what's up with that? They act like if you play it on TikTok first, it's a TikTok sound. It's like, well, it's still a copyrighted song. It's been around for a long time. I don't know how people get away with what they do.
That's how I got my first copyright strike on YouTube. Posted a TikTok.
You posted a TikTok on YouTube and you got a strike?
Yes, they took it away after like a few weeks.
Oh, that's good. So they just flagged it.
Well, they took it down and then put it back up. So I don't know.
It's so weird how they.
And it wasn't even like
decisions.
actual. It was just like a theme song from like a movie. Like it was just some sounds. It wasn't. I mean, it was music, but it wasn't like words or anything.
Yeah. Oh,
I never went back to check and see what happened with the videos we played for Jay Diggs.
Oh, you never looked? Mine got flagged, like I said, but it didn't stay there.
Yeah, they better not have flagged me.
It fell off.
YouTube's
Brian,
lucky
yeah,
there's not
how's it
someone I
going?
can call and yell at.
That's the thing with these companies. They're so damn big. You can't even if you had a problem, there's no customer service to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, deal with it, man. We're a monopoly.
See, TikTok got about that too. They'll take videos down for no reason, and you can't talk to a person. You just have to talk to a bot.
Oh, that's the future.
Yeah.
There is no people. It's just, you got a problem, you got to talk to a bot.
My first video that got removed on TikTok. I get stuff removed all the time. I had a long sweater on, a pink sweater, like with these bell sleeves, and I was doing dowsing rods with her, and it got flagged for nudity, and they removed my video, even though I was completely covered.
My God.
It took me forever to get a hold of them, like for somebody to like the bot to message me back and tell me that they would put it back on there.
Strange. That's strange.
Yeah.
Hey, our Twitch person had a question. Polar Knight says, is a ghost energy? And if so, can it be stored and used as energy? I guess is what they're asking.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
yeah.
a really good question.
We're all energy, everything. So the same energy you have in you is not going to go away when you die. You're going to have that same energy. The same life force that runs through us is in the trees. It's in the animals. It's in the butterflies. It's in everything in life, anything that has substance. So everything has that energy. I wouldn't say that. I mean, they can use their energy to contact us, yes, but I don't think. I'm not sure about the question. Like, were they talking about like storing their energy to use it for later?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
like
not sure.
doing that. I wouldn't recommend that, but like a person trying to keep somebody else's energy like that. You have to protect your own energy, but even when we connect with spirits, they're just letting us kind of, they're giving us their energy to use for that time being, but we always need to give it back.
I like that. Yeah, I don't know what they were asking. That's a really interesting question because I was wondering what they meant by storing the energy, like putting the energy like in a battery. I wonder if that's what they mean. Like, can you take somebody's energy and store it in something and then use it as energy for something else? But like, how interesting would that be if you could store somebody's energy after they passed away and use it as your electricity for your house or something? I don't know. That's a bizarre
Like
thought.
a genie trapped in a bottle.
Yeah.
It's a genie trapped in a bottle.
Yep. And every time you lose a loved one, like it's super sad, but then they're like, it's okay. I'm powering your house for the next 5 years. It's like, oh, okay. I guess it's not terrible.
But like, even with like dolls with attachments like her, she's not in her doll. I can go someplace and the doll stays home and she's still with me. Like it's, which I'll talk about for just a minute because I know it's like it could be a sore subject for some people. But I did a video on Ed and Lorraine Warren and their doll. They have the one Annabelle. I'm not convinced at all that they get the spirit of Annabelle to stay in that glass case and it doesn't come out. I could wrap her in bubble wrap and glass and she's out. I'm not convinced. I think they're full of it to some degree. You can't convince me that they have thousands of haunted demonic items in their home and it's never hurt them. It never attacked them. It never attached to them.
Yeah.
And people believe this. But I did do a whole video on that where I did research on it and showed facts and stuff. So if anybody's interested, it's on my channel, but don't come at me. I have some facts to back it up.
Yep.
That's like that devil's rocking chair that's in the museum, the haunted museum in Vegas. Is it Zach Baggins? Haunted museum. Liv said that rocking chair is behind the little door. You can open the door, they slide it out, whatever. You're not supposed to touch it, but it's safe when it's back behind that little door. I was like, yeah, right. Whatever's on that spooky ass rocking chair, I'm pretty sure it comes through that little door.
I mean, I'm sure there's times that spirits like if they're attached to a mirror or attached to something, maybe they do want to stay there. It's free will. If they want to get up and walk off, they can, so you always have to keep that in mind when you're dealing with anything like that. Just because you have a haunted item doesn't mean, if you put it in a closet, it's going to stay there. It's liable to be riding shotgun with you to Walmart next week, and you don't know it. So you just have to always keep that in mind.
Polar Knights is coming after us with some questions here, and they apologize for having bad English, but which is totally fine. Just appreciate you being here. Can ghosts be a other dimension that we get a glimpse of? Can a ghost be in another dimension that we get? Oh, I see. Like, if there's different dimensions, is a ghost in a different dimension that we can like sometimes get a glimpse of? Like, are we seeing into a different dimension?
I mean, the spirit realm is definitely a lot different than our reality. And I think that's where a lot of other mythical or cryptids come from as well. But I can see them full on. And they show me like how they died, what they're wearing, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, yeah, we can definitely see them, but I think you have to be open to it first. I mean, sometimes people that are skeptics have experiences, but that's that spirit showing them, like, wanting to show them or maybe just scare them. But you have to have, I mean, you can't always go into things expecting the worst because that's technically you're manifesting negativity and manifesting things to not happen. we have to manifest things to happen. And you'll see that when you start, telling yourself, I want to have this experience, I want to see a mermaid or whatever. I've been manifesting that for 2 years. It's going to happen. But when we manifest things in our life, good things happen. People always talk about the negative. Oh, I had a crappy day at work, or my boss sucks. It's always like they talk about the negative stuff to everybody. When do you go home and talk about, oh my gosh, I had an amazing time last weekend. I can't wait to do that again. So people are always talking this negative, and our words are powerful. If everybody knew how powerful what you speak is, people wouldn't say anything negative, because it is so powerful, and you're manifesting, bad things to happen when you do this. If we start talking good things and manifesting amazing things to happen in our life, it's going to happen. And that's like with spirits, if you want to see one or open yourself up to that, meditate, manifest on that. And you can open yourself up and to that ability to see them.
Amen.
But yeah, back to the question. They're definitely on another realm than what we're on.
Back to the question. No, I love that.
Some
That's
of the
awesome.
spirits, are they stuck in a loop? Because we've heard that before. Like that's why you see a ghost walking down the stairs.
See, that's a good question.
Or something. Like maybe the kid you brought back from the beach that wears red shorts all the time, was he stuck in a loop before he came back with you?
Right.
So typically they call those residual hauntings. Like I said earlier, the only signs we have is ourselves, right? Our experiences. I've never encountered a spirit or anybody that I've done readings for when I connect with their loved ones that just does the same thing over and over, and they're not aware of anybody. I mean, energy, people can hold energy into things. Obviously, I understand that, but I've never encountered that ever, even in a haunted location. Every spirit that I've ever come in contact with was well aware that we're there. Some of them didn't know why they were dead or how they died. Some of them want to talk, some of them don't. Some of them are aware and they want to scare people. But as far as the residual things looping like that are just happening and the spirit's gone, yes, places hold energy, but I think if things are happening, then that spirit is what's causing it. Somebody's going to fight me over that one, aren't they?
Not up in here.
Not here, or not me. I just ask questions.
No, I
stories
understand.
and then I compare them, and yeah.
Right, but a lot of TV shows, they talk about residual hauntings too. Like this just happens and the spirit's gone, but this is just happening. Well, if that's happening, then why do you still need a medium or somebody to come in and get rid of it? You know what I mean? If it's not, if the spirit's not there. So I'm not a fan of the residual haunting theory, and I call it a theory because I think that maybe that's what that person liked to do. Maybe they just like to walk the hallways, and people just assume that maybe they're not there. It's just their energy. But our energy can definitely impact things too,
Yeah. Polar again from Twitch is asking some good questions. And I forgot YouTube can't see Twitch chats unless I bring them up like this. So Polar Knight says, and this is a little bit of broken English, so I think they're saying if a ghost is real and we have free will, free will extends after death, heaven and hell are just a lie then. Which is that's a cool way to think. Like if we do have free will, then is heaven and hell just like a...
Okay. So I grew up in church, Pentecostal church, until in my 20s. And I've been to many different churches. Me and God are good, I promise. God helps me cross people over. I have talked to spirits that have seen Jesus. They've seen God. I've never met a spirit that's been to hell. You're a ball of energy. How are you going to burn forever? I do believe that all souls have the chance to go to the other side, go in and look at what they've done and choose if they want to come back and do better. That's what I believe. Like I said, I grew up believing that it's either heaven or hell. You're going to either burn to death or you got to get right. Absolutely. I know, Jesus existed. There's lots of proof of that. Spirits that have talked to Jesus, have seen him. I've talked to them, but as far as, burning in hell, maybe we're in hell right now. Who knows? But I don't think
that's what I was.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking as you were saying that, is like, well, maybe this is the hell everyone gets confused.
I mean, how is
let's just say
our energy is this orb, how's the orb going to just get burned and scratched and biting all. I mean, it's kind of impossible for that to happen.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, and where did the whole story with like heaven being up and hell being down? You know, that would make total sense if this was hell. This would be the lower part of the two. Amber, have you ever developed a process or a way to block out your ability to visually see the spirits around you?
Well, no, but meditation has helped control it. If that makes sense, you can't really stop it, but when you meditate or when I meditate, I'm able to like, I can protect my energy, protect myself, set boundaries. So I guess with before, like I was probably 30 before I figured out how to protect myself with meditation and use my energy for the good, like to set boundaries and stuff. Before that, I was kind of getting tormented by spirits pretty much all through my 20s, and I didn't know how to stop it, and I just kind of tucked tail and kind of ran from it. So meditation and reaching out to like people who had more experience than me was a game changer for me.
Makes sense. What was I going to say? Oh, right here. Consciousness is hell or heaven. Sweetly Morbid's throwing some good facts in the chat there. No, here as well. There are many, many times I wish that I could. Sunsaver says, some folks are in heaven and don't even know it. Others are giving themselves hell and don't even know that they are doing it to themselves. Yeah, I think there's a lot of times where we're being like, this is like a place of judgment. It seems like, like this is where we're. I don't know about.
Oh yeah,
but
absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Yep, perfect sense. Because I mean, people are always at each other's throats, always judging people. You know what I mean? Like it's just the world we live in, which is very unfortunate that people do act the way they do. But it's like everybody's criticizing everybody when it's not their business. It's people are, you know, some people have a lot of emotional trauma from that too. And I mean, we need to do better as humans and not be like that with people. Yeah. And if everybody would meditate, it would be better.
Yeah. And I think if people are really honest with themselves, they're judgmental of themselves a lot too. And that's part of the problem that we're seeing right now. Bobby says, heaven and hell are man-made to put fear into the masses. This is school, she says. That makes sense. Yeah, this is where we learn, and then when we're done here, we go up and figure out what we learned and what we can do better, and then figure out if we need to come back or not, right? To do more learning. The work is to learn compassion for yourself, compassion for others. Yes. That's something that I've definitely gotten better with age. When I was younger, I didn't really have as much compassion for people. But yeah, as you get older, maybe it's just people, certain people, because I don't know, there's the people that are older too that don't have compassion for others. So I don't know what.
Yeah, some people just, I don't know. I don't understand how some people think. Like even when, even watching just, which I know that's not related to a lot of how people are just bad to people, but it's like the whole thought process on how to do the things they do or say the things they do to people. It blows my mind how somebody could be so careless or heartless. I don't know. It's like there's something missing in their own life. Like they need to do some shadow work. They need to work on themselves because that's not.
Oh, your internet's cutting out just a little bit. I think somebody might be using your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we have bad signal. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. It's actually been working pretty good. Eddie's always got some sweet information. There is no such thing as death, only a new beginning. Death is a construct created by man. I'm going to save that as a favorite, Eddie.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, just, funerals are for people that are alive. the soul is still there. The soul never leaves. I mean, if you want to talk to somebody when they've passed away, call on them to talk to you. Say, hey, come and sit down. I want to talk to you. And they'll be there. They'll listen. Whether you feel them or not, or you see them or not, they're still going to hear you. So definitely death is not the end. It's not the end at all.
Yeah, and that's something that even before I got into this community and started talking to people more about this stuff, that's something that I've just always had in the back of my mind too, is that this just doesn't feel like it's it. Growing up, I've talked to people even my age that are just so close-minded, they think that once you die, it's just lights out. And I've talked to people too where they think it's just like going into like when you go into surgery and they put you to sleep and it just goes completely black. They think that that's death. You're done. Like that's what happens when you die. And it's like, man, I just don't feel that at all. I've never in my life felt that way. Just even with going to church as a kid, I didn't really go to church very often, a few times, but going to church and I don't know. That's not really what influenced me to think that way. So I'm not sure what it was that had me thinking that way. But yeah, I've just never thought that this was it. And when you die, that's it. I've never had that belief.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, at least the churches I've been to have a lot of them preach similar. That it's one way or the other. I get a lot of the hate comments I get on TikTok. When I'm doing like a mediumship reading or something, is people that are religious and they're like, I even had somebody leave a comment on my YouTube channel and was like explaining to me how to give my life to God so I could stop being a medium. And I heart their comment, whatever. Everybody's opinions are valid. But the people that try to tell me that, I'm demonic or I'm going against God for talking to people that have passed away or whatever are the same people that are still letting their kids blow out birthday candles and doing a pagan tradition or witchcraft. So you're still putting the tooth fairy, you're still doing, you're picking and choosing what you want to believe because it's okay with you because you like it. Right. Don't go criticizing anybody else for doing something that is helping other people. And I don't know, it blows my mind that people are so judgmental. It's okay for them to do it. Because it's not witchcraft. It's not anything like that because they're okay because they go to church or something, or they're religious. Right. But it's wrong for me to do something. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's something I've really noticed with this community is that most of the people in this, at least the people that I'm close with, we are, a lot of people are so open-minded to just other people's opinions. And, even people that are like so far, I'm gonna not make fun of, but I'm gonna use a little bit of a example here. The whole flat Earth thing. There's people that you're either on one side or the other most of the time, and we don't get in arguments about it. Like we don't fight and bicker and argue about the shape of the Earth. Like we'll have our opinion, state it, throw a couple facts out there, and maybe joke around back and forth. But nobody's at each other's throats. For the shape of the Earth. So, yeah, I don't know. Even with a topic like that, we can have full conversations and respect each other's opinions and move on. I think that's what a lot of society needs right now. Just a little bit of compassion and.
I already told you guys if the Earth is flat, I'm moving to the bottom side where no one's at.
Yeah, I don't care what the shape is. Just get me into the woods somewhere. In a log cabin.
I mean, and the only thing, and not just about the shape of the Earth, but like I said earlier, like the scientific part of it, you have to watch who you trust your science from. You know what I mean? Like, because we've been conditioned to believe certain things all our life, and it's like a training method. They tell us what to believe, and we do it like without question. So you just have to, do your own research, and everybody's opinion is valid.
Bobby said, when I died, it was not unpleasant. Actually, the contrary, light and love. Huh. It'd be interested to hear more about that, Bobby. We're going to have to get you back on the show. When I died, it was not unpleasant. Man, you would think that all death would have some type of unpleasant part to it. Yeah. Bigfoot Michigan Rob, thanks, man. You had a pretty decent show yesterday, too. I was watching that at work last night. So
BMR.
yeah.
Yep.
He's got a
Michigan
new channel
Rob
coming
on Gypsy Road.
Mm-hmm.
Connor was on there. That was a good one last night.
Really, and yeah, that was an awesome panel. I'm watching it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad I found this. Really cool shows take place when I'm sleeping during the day.
Oh, I thought he sent it to you. I thought that's how you knew. He always sends me a thing of the shows when they're going to be on.
Yeah, and thanks to Chad been in the comments. He reminded me to be here today. So
yeah. Was that the show that I saw you in the chat? Okay.
Yes, I think so.
That's funny.
See, I had told Cassie, I'm like, you have to remind me because I'll forget. She's like, okay, but then I guess she forgot too. So
it happens.
Yes, it does.
There's so many people to remind, and
oh, that's right. You were in there last night. You put in chat last night that you had 2 weenie dogs. I remember that now. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Oh, Bigfoot Michigan Rob. BMR's got Ron Moorhead today at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Hey guys, I'm going to step away for like 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Oh, no problem. I'll pull you back up when I see you. So what's up, guys? What's up? This is
she had enough of us.
Conversation.
Yep.
I'm telling
you. She had to get off here
like,
and talk bad about you, Chad.
For sure. I understand. I'm not judging.
She's calling all her friends and telling them
she's amazing. I love her.
She is cool, man. 5 years old. Can you imagine being 5 and seeing a UFO? And then going to investigate it basically the next day with her brother. At 5, she went and looked over the hill to see the burn mark. Oh, man. It's a brave kid.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm glad that you guys are on here with me because sometimes when I'm listening to her answer, I'm also reading questions in the chat. So sometimes I don't retain all the information she's giving me.
It's a different dynamic when you're doing podcasts with live chats now. It's different than just doing a regular podcast where you're just totally focused on the guest.
Right.
It's something that takes a little bit of
you
finessing,
have a main guest, but then you got to remember the people in the chat are our guests too. So you can't
exactly.
Yeah, you got
to. We don't want to ignor. We want to try to be able to do both.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Which takes some skill, but I am trying. Just so everybody knows, I'm not trying to ignore anyone for sure. You guys are going to talk about aliens and the Bigfoot connection, how those two are connected. That's going to be an awesome conversation. And that's going to be on the Trinity. It's so funny that they talked about this last night, how the name is hard to remember and it's a really long name. That's why they're changing it. They're actually going to rebrand.
I hope they say Bigfoot is an alien because that means I was right. He's just a big old Wookiee. That's a Wookiee. That's
like from Star
name
Wars?
On Star Wars. Yeah,
Chewbacca.
Yeah.
I only needed about 20 more seconds, and I would have figured it out.
Come on, man.
Hey, I've seen them all.
Chop, chop.
Yeah, Bobby, you are. I forgot to say that you are on the calendar, but just keep adding you. We'll just keep adding you to the calendar.
Gemma and Spooky got keys to the chop shop last night.
Yeah.
So they can just
Spooky's got keys to this podcast too.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Actually, Cassie does too. Cassie's got the keys to this podcast. She could just come on here anytime.
I wish she would.
Uh-oh, Cassie's mad. What is she mad about?
We need more Cassie.
Oh, your kid wakes you. She fights you every day on waking up for school. Oh, boy. Jamie is awake. Not good. Hey, Amber, how's it going? Welcome back. Yep, Cassie's got the keys to the mansion. Oh, you were 5 when they took you. We should get Bobby on here right now. You ready to come on here, Bobby? We got to hear about your experience. That's interesting that you were also 5 years old. So yeah.
So I did hear you say a minute ago, though, something about Bigfoots and aliens. Like,
Yeah, they're
what was it?
Bigfoot Michigan Rob. They're going to talk about that today. How aliens and how Bigfoot and aliens are connected.
I don't think they're connected.
Oh,
My
you
opinion.
don't think they're connected? Awesome.
No,
Different opinion.
Bigfoots don't like them.
Bigfoots turn into orbs, and that's how they travel sometimes. I've heard that too.
But
That one was hard for me to believe. I can't see Bigfoot being an orb.
The ones that live behind my property, they don't want nothing to do with any kind of ETs.
Are they? Can they? Do you think they have any kind of camouflage? Like, have you ever seen the old movie Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I have, but I don't remember movies very well. I can watch one. And then
the Predator used to be able to camouflage himself to where he was like almost see-through. He was see-through, but I mean, you could still see him when he was moving. You can kind of see through him, but okay. I've seen a picture that someone came on the show with me and Chad, and it was Brian, right? Chad, am I right on that, Brian?
Oh man, I'm so. When was this?
I think it was. Yeah, Brian, where he brought the picture of Bigfoot, where he was like the Predator.
Yes,
but you can see his arms and his head, and so I've actually seen a picture like that too. That I think he's the same person that told me that they could turn into orbs. And I mean, thought maybe they might turn into orbs, and yeah, because there was always orbs around Bigfoot, but maybe that's why they don't like them. Because they're always around them. You could be right.
Yeah, I don't think they like them at all. The one I know, some of them will work with Faye. You know, they don't mind them, but I don't. You know, it's just kind of like I don't know.
God, that was fast.
That's the picture.
Man, I'm good. I'm getting good at this.
Yep.
That's the one you're talking about?
Yeah. Can you see it in there, Amber? Can you zoom in on it, Chad?
I can't zoom in. I can't do that, but
can we see your cursor? Oh, we can't, huh?
No, because this is an overlay. No, you're really testing my skills here.
Yeah, I could see it a little. Yeah.
That's kind of
be one I would need to zoom in and look at it.
I'm gonna pull it up here in a different way. But this is from Brian Bland's podcast over at Pork and Beans on YouTube. If you guys are interested in Bigfoot stuff, this is where you find more like this. Let me pull this window up. There. So this dude right here, his head's right here.
You can see his nose.
Shoulder. Yeah, you can see like that's his nose right there, right?
Yeah.
This is like his left shoulder. Arm, left leg. Coming down like this. Now he's a big dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, I buy that because Brian showed me a picture, you know, and I can't explain what that is. That's something in that picture. If that was a camera glitch, what an awesome camera glitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It made a shape like that. Yeah, it's hard to I don't know. People still dispute things when they see it, but for me, I'm just like, no, you showed me a picture, and if you believe that 100%, then I'm gonna believe it too.
I've seen lots of great photos.
I've put a video on here. I don't even like putting the video on no more about the thing crawling up the side of the cliff, Chad.
Why don't you like putting the video up?
Well, because I tell people there's no bears in California that's the size of the thing crawling up the cliff.
Yeah.
And
they fight.
Everyone says it's a bear, you know, and I say, yeah, it can't be a bear. That's one thing it can't be, is a bear. And then even I've taken a screenshot of that video and then showed it to a ranger that knows the area like we do. Okay, even better. So he knows the cliff. That was the ranger that said that black thing on the cliff was a shadow of an airplane or a helicopter flying over the cliff. And I
No.
just took a picture of the shadow to maybe trick him. But that was the size of the thing that's crawling up the cliff. He thinks it's the shadow of a plane. He hasn't seen the video. I haven't
Oh,
showed
he
him
hasn't
video.
seen the. I was gonna say
I
because
just took screenshots and sent them to him on his phone. I didn't send him the video because it'll come out real blurry.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna
and
say
yeah,
if
but
you haven't
that's-
seen the video, but
Yeah, but we have the videos actually of that thing crawling from the top to the bottom, or from the bottom to the top of the cliff. So it's the
Yeah.
whole video that
Yeah,
he
and
has in segments. It's like 3 or 4 different videos. But yeah,
That
so I
was a shadow of
screenshotted that. That's what he compared that to. That's why I don't like to. I don't even like it because that's what everyone thinks it's a bear, and there can't be a bear that's in our mountains here in California that is that tall, standing up. It's impossible. We don't have. They're not that big.
But that seems to be everybody's go-to answer is, oh, it's a bear
Yeah.
all the time.
Mhm. And you can see
It's
this
always
thing
a bear.
crawling up the cliff, hand over hand, or whatever it is, arm over arm for sure. Like going up, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, and if that was a shadow of a helicopter, the helicopter would have to be like 20 feet away, 30
That
feet
was
away.
his size comparison because he's just seeing a black object
Oh,
from the
okay.
screenshot on this cliff, and it was in like 3 different spots when I did the screenshots. So that was his size comparison was a shadow to a plane or a helicopter. And I told him no, because even him, the ranger, definitely did not think that was a bear. That was one thing he did because he knows we do not have bear here that are that big. Yeah. The ranger never said one time. He's the only one that's never said that was a bear because even he knows there's no bear here that can get that big.
And what did he say he thought it was? What was his?
That's the helicopter shadow. He says it's
Oh.
a helicopter shadow or an airplane shadow flying in the sky. And we just took
No.
the picture to like fool him. He's never seen the video yet. Every
Yeah,
time
he's
we
gotta
go to
see
go
that.
hunting, when we're going to see this guy, they close down the mountains. We got kicked out the year before because of fires, and we got kicked out last year because they kicked us out last year, Amber, because they said if there was a fire, there wouldn't be enough people to come and rescue us. So there was no fires or anything, but we got kicked out just in case there was a fire. It was weird. It was, yeah. But yeah, and then that was when the people died up there, Chad, on the trail when it was the mom, dad, and baby, and the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we heard about that the day before, and then they came and kicked us out the next day, and they said, if the mountain's caught on fire, there's no one to come and rescue you. You have to leave. And yeah, so that's weird. I mean, yeah, we got kicked out the day after those people passed away. Well,
That is
after
weird.
they found them.
Yeah. People like to put new information into old boxes in their made-up minds. I like that. They'd like to put new info into old boxes. That's a good way to put that. And all in Fey realm here
So,
can shapeshift.
The Bigfoot behind your house. Have you ever seen one, Amber?
Yes, and well, I sort of I have some video, but I did not get his permission to share it. So maybe one day I want to earn his respect and his trust. So hopefully one day I'll be able to talk more about it.
Okay.
That's fine.
When you say his respect, you mean the owner of the video or what you seen?
No. Himself.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, we'll move right off that topic. No.
It's a woodman that lives back there.
Okay.
So more on the spiritual side of Bigfoot.
Like
And
Spooky
they don't
doesn't
like to be
take
called
beard.
Bigfoot either.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, nope.
They cool Sasquatch?
No, he wasn't.
Oh,
But
interesting. Oh my God, Jamie! I knew Jamie was gonna notice that I trimmed my mustache too short. Does it look like Chad cut off his mustache? Yes. Okay, it was too short. All right, it's gonna grow back. Everything's fine.
All this is gone as soon as I'm done with the trucks. It's just cold and greasy out there. I don't like grease on my face, so.
Yeah, somebody was asking me. They were like, "Sonny looks different. Does Sonny look different to you?" I'm like, "I don't know. I think he trimmed his beard off. That might be it.
It's back.
It got trimmed off. Okay, Jamie. The beard or the mustache got a little bit of a trim this morning. Bree, good to see you. Bree is finally in the house. So, yeah, let's talk more about... I want to get more into the meditation stuff still, because I feel
I
like...
just don't know how.
I think I'm frozen.
Or you froze up?
Oh,
Am I
yeah,
frozen on
it's
there?
frozen.
Okay.
Your
I mean,
video
actually,
is...
you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah, your video is frozen, but your audio is still coming through.
Okay.
You're back.
Okay.
Yeah, there you are.
My kid's watching YouTube, so it's probably messing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Sonny has that issue sometimes.
I go in there and smack them.
You go in there and smack him.
internet. I told you to mess with the internet.
Yep. Sometimes that has to happen, you know, especially on chop shop nights. Those are usually the ones that your internet gets stolen big time.
I think the girls want to do some voodoo stuff with your trimmed mustache hairs, man.
I know. Amber, this is the part of the show where it gets a little crazy. Our chat room, they just can't contain themselves in the morning.
It's because they're all running around naked doing their hair and makeup. Uh-oh, you guys scared her off.
No, I don't know what just happened.
Oh boy.
Yeah, if
Usually
you
just-
shut your camera off and back on, that might come back on.
Oh,
Or I
nope.
could be wrong.
Or you just talked about too much.
You've been saying
Stuff,
too much.
Yeah, you've been saying too much stuff. Next is your
Let me try to
audio.
go out and come back in, okay?
Okay,
All right.
sounds good.
All right.
They don't like it when we tell the truth.
Nope, the woodman messed up her camera.
Yeah. NSA woke up finally. They're like, oh, they're live. It's a Thursday. They're talking about stuff they're not supposed to.
Mhm.
Yep.
Eddie says we got ghosted.
Now watch my internet start messing up. It's been working all perfect.
Eddie, I think you need a spot on the calendar too. Let's pick a spot for Eddie. Let's see, March. Let's do March 24th, Eddie. How's that sound? March 24th for Eddie at 10 a.m. in the morning. Let's see what he says. You had to kick who out, Jamie? Oh, you guys had a really good show yesterday, by the way, with Jazz Shaw. Was that? No, that was Tuesday. You guys had a really good show. I enjoyed that one. You guys did great. Oh, Eddie says that'll work. Hey, Amber. It worked.
Is it working now? Okay.
Yep, that'll work. Or that is working. Eddie Haskell, so 24th of March. I'm putting you down right now, bud. Eddie Haskell. Sorry, we're just doing a little bit of booking during the show. Very professional here. Eddie Haskell will be here on March 24th. Good deal. Okay, cool. The Jazz show was awesome. He seemed to have a really good time. Yeah, he was having a really good time. Yeah, you guys did a really good job on that one. I liked it. It seemed like Bree was a little nervous for that show, but it worked out perfect. I told you he had a sense of humor. Jamie is...
He just from the old school, man. That's all it is. He's waking up though.
Who's that?
Jazz,
Shaw?
Jazz Shaw. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, man, is opening up that mind.
Yeah, that's what's going on over there at UCR. You know,
What are we asking?
They'll fully admit.
You know,
that
it's
they're all
not about
nuts and bolts.
it's not about just opening your mind. It's about how you start approaching anybody's particular case when they start talking about it. What frame of mind are you coming in? Are you automatically skeptic, or are you going to at least give people the opportunity to tell their story and give their experience without being so damn critical right off the bat? It's like, when did we start looking to people that are obviously non-spiritual, non-experiencing, like going to people like Mick West for, the answers? I mean, what's the expertise there?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm not sure, really.
We just want to go straight to not believing.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you don't have an explanation, that's a lot of people's default. It's just doesn't make sense.
Show me the science. Man, how am I going to show you the science when I'm 7 years old?
Right. Yeah, it's not like people are waiting until they're 18 or 20 years old to have these experiences and spread the good word. Like Amber, 5 years old, was seeing a UFO in the sky.
Give me a break, man.
Give me a break, man. We should do it. Bree and Jamie do and steal their idea and start watching UFO videos. But we'd just get flagged anyway. I don't know how to do it the right way. Spirit over material.
Word up, Bree.
What's up, Bree?
Bree, my soul sister, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, I got right there with her.
Yeah. Coral, too. Coral was in here Tuesday. She's really cool.
Oh, come on, Coral.
Haven't seen her in the chat. So, Amber, what do you got going on your YouTube channel? What do you do over there? Do you have like a podcast that you do on a regular basis, or do you do...
Just whatever I come up with. Sometimes I do investigations, card readings. I've done a couple recently, like connecting with people's past loved ones, some live streams doing that. And cool. Then I've recently been re-editing some older videos before I knew how to edit. I still don't know how to edit really good, but like stuff where I didn't really know how to do anything and kind of fixing those up and like, some of the first videos I ever put out, that maybe got like 40 views versus now, a lot of mine will get like 200 or something, in the first few days. And so I'm trying to re-edit some of those, make them look a little better.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Then I have Spaced Out Radio Monday night. So y'all should be there.
Oh,
Monday night?
Valentine's night, yes.
Oh, awesome.
Good.
Very cool.
Second time's a charm. First time I had to cancel because we had a power outage the night before this was supposed to happen. And it was out for like 3 days. So we were snowed in.
Was that just a couple months ago?
That was January. I was supposed to be on January 17th, but we had a power outage and snowed in. We couldn't leave the house at all.
I remember there was a guest that was snowed in and had a power outage. Yeah. I remember that.
That was cool.
Me. Yeah, we've had some crazy weather this year and last year. Man, it's just been nuts. Canada, all of Canada was on fire, it seemed like, for a while there.
Yeah, the weather's
a couple of weeks. Nuts. Yeah. Then they had flooding and all that stuff, so it's been nuts up there. But yeah, that's cool that you have Spaced Out Radio on Monday, you said?
Valentine's. I'll also be live it'll be Eastern time, around 1 p.m. on Valentine's. I'll be doing some love readings for Valentine's Day.
Awesome.
So I'll be doing that.
You guys make sure you go check out Amber's ParaWorld, and thank you, Sweetly Morbid, for putting that in the chat there.
Yes, thank you.
Let's go give her some subs.
I need to get my watch hours up, so if anybody wants to run some playlist.
Yeah, really. Just click on a playlist and then go to sleep. if you need to.
Yeah. The readings,
Yeah.
ones where I do readings, there's probably like 30 hours in that one.
Oh,
I gotta
wow.
step away. I'll be right back. All right.
Okay, no problem, Sonny. He just takes his camera out. I was gonna do that, and he just does it without me even.
Oh man, now I'm bigger.
That's what she said. Anyway, is it that time of the show we make jokes like that?
Last year I was working on a project. Well, for like 3 months, I was designing my own card deck because I was super excited about it. I had everything done, and then somehow I don't know my password to get back in my laptop. Apparently, I forgot it the day I made it, and I can't change it. So everything like went black and crashed, and I lost everything. So I have to start over with that one, but it was almost done too. Yeah.
What was the theme for it?
It was more like sort of like your higher self, I guess. It talked about like your past and just being a better you. That kind of stuff. It was awesome though. I loved it, but I got to start over.
You didn't have artwork and stuff done, did you?
Yes, it was almost completed.
Oh man, that sucks.
I had about 3 cards left to do out of the deck before I could print it.
I know they say everything happens for a reason, but what the hell's the reason in that?
Yeah. It's teaching me patience, I guess.
Yeah. Man, that was like that was a huge problem for me when I was in school. The computers we were typing on, if you didn't manually hit save and it crashed, you were done. That was it. Everything that you typed was lost.
Did you guys have, well, I don't know how old you are. Did you guys have those little, like the floppy disk you had to put in and save it on it and then carry it around with you?
Yeah. 1 megabyte.
Yeah.
Those were 1 megabyte floppy disks. They held 1 megabyte as far as I remember.
I could probably work an old school computer before I could. I'm not technology savvy anymore.
Right. I'm going to be there.
I try my best.
I can already feel it. The whole time I was growing up, I grew up with computers, and I was always like, everyone came to me with their questions for computers, but now I can feel it where I'm starting to get to the point where everything's like, it's like the universe expanding out, and I'm still here. I'm not moving as fast as the universe is expanding out. Because, yeah, like
the phone, I want to use the computer. No, like the dial-up.
Yeah. Oh, geez. That was back in the day, the AOL days.
Yes.
If you're trying to get on the internet or something, you hear somebody get on the phone. Hey! We're on the same line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kids today just don't know the struggles we go through. What's up, Sonny? Welcome back.
I heard someone out front thought it was my bearings. Still no parts.
Aw, man.
I'm fucking pissed.
I can't believe you don't have those bearings yet. It seems like it's been a couple weeks.
Dude, there's $1,600 worth of tires sitting in my garage. I can't even put them on the truck.
That sucks.
Uh-huh.
At least you don't have a bunch of snow like we do and need the tires.
There's snow tires too. We don't snow here.
There's snow tires?
Well, they're the new hybrid. They're a mud / all-terrain hybrid.
Are they BFGs?
No, they are Kendas.
Oh.
Some new thing. Pretty cool.
I need some good tires. I had 2 blowouts on new tires last year just from the potholes on my road.
Jeez. That's frustrating.
Yeah. One time it was snowing and raining when it happened. And I had 2 bales of hay in the back of the Jeep. So I had to like move that and like 100 pounds of feed just to get to the spare.
That's a bad day.
Yeah.
That sucks so bad.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys deal with that. I don't like driving in the snow. Dude, I stopped one time. We have like the dirt roads here where I hunt. We're in the mountains, or way up in the mountains where it does snow. It was snowed there. I pulled over so a truck could pass me. We were stopped for like 2 minutes. The truck's in park. And then all of a sudden the truck just starts sliding down the hill. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh no. I was sliding into a mountain. It just by itself. It's in park. brakes are on, and the truck just took off after 2 minutes of sitting there. I was like, how do people do this every day? This is some bullshit.
It is. Like back when I was younger, we would go out like in parking lots and mess around in the snow and like, act crazy. I wouldn't do that now. I don't like driving in it now.
Yeah, I don't either, really. I used to, when I was a kid, when I first got my license, that was all I did was cruise around in the snow in the wintertime. But now it's just like as fast as I can get home and close the door, stay inside.
Right? It's like all the things that we were like, we got threatened to be grounded from as a kid, we want to do now. Like, you're not allowed to go to see your friends this weekend. You have to stay home. Like, I want to stay home. I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, I just not interested. Maybe if it was summertime here and nice and warm out, I would want to, but not in the wintertime. In the wintertime,
Yeah.
That's my favorite time to be in the mountains is when it's snowing because I'm hunting, so it's easier.
I like summer. I like it hot. I like it so hot that I'm griping that it's too hot.
Oh.
That's how I like it.
Here. Yeah, I got all this stuff on right now, and it's
Danny Wolf. What's up, dude?
It's only like, it's 41 here right now.
I think it's in the 40s now, but this is like yesterday and today's the only 2 warm days we've had in like over a month. It's been so cold.
Yeah, 40 to me is freezing.
Like I'm at the age where I know why people retire in like warmer states.
Just gotta chill. Talking about
my body hurts when it rains. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'd rather have snowy weather than rainy weather. I hate it when it rains.
I don't like the rain either. See where I live. You have to go through either way you get here. You have to cross a bridge, and if it rains too much, the bridges flood. So we're kind of stuck either way.
Yeah. Yeah, the other day it was like 30. It's about 30 degrees or maybe 32, right at freezing, and it was raining. I'm like, oh, it's just gross. And then when it gets colder at nighttime, it all freezes. I work midnight, so I'm driving in when the road's all wet and freezing. Everything turns to ice. It's terrible. Not a fan of wintertime. When it first gets here, I kind of like it because I hate like super, super hot days, and it gets humid here in Michigan. I'm sure it gets humid there in West Virginia too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not a fan of the heat with the humidity. So, yeah, when the wintertime finally comes in, I'm like, okay, this is sweet. It's a nice relief. But end of February, even right now, the beginning of February, I'm sick of it.
See, for us, we get like maybe 3 months of like summer weather, and that's it. Like it's even spring. It's known to snow here like up until like April sometimes, on and off. It might be like super cold or rainy. It could be warm weather, but once it starts getting cold, like in October and raining, it's all crap from there till like April or May. I don't like it.
Do you feel, what's the energy difference between the seasons? Do you feel, what's the strongest season for like meditation energy, I guess? Are you able to meditate better in the summertime?
No, I mean, they both have their pluses. I think there's a lot of energy even with snow and stuff. There's good and bad to all of it, I guess. But like when it's warm enough outside, I can go out and go do things. I can go sit out in my yard and pick dandelions and make them for dinner. I do that sometimes. We'll go forage for things, and there's just a lot more to do when it's nicer out. And then, in the winter, you can't go out and do a lot of things unless you want to freeze to death. So it kind of takes a toll on your, like mentally, you're just like over it, or I am at that point.
You ever
like
been
if I lived
geocaching?
anywhere where it got colder, I would not survive it.
Oh, where it got colder than it does now?
Yeah, I would be talking to you on the spirit boxes. I'd be done. I can't.
It gets so hot here in the summertime. There'll be warnings that tells you don't go outside today if you keep from it. They tell you to stay in the house. Yeah.
I mean, we get hot temperatures here, but it's mainly like when you walk out the door, you instantly start sweating because it gets so humid, and then it's miserable. But I'd rather be outside sweating and mowing the yard or whatever than stuck in the house because it's too cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's dry hot here. It's not humid.
It's that dry heat.
Very dry.
That's what we always hear out here or over here in Michigan. When you talk to people from down south, they're like, yeah, but it's a dry heat.
but at least you don't have like swamp butt and you're like sweating everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
That's
drove down
gross,
to
but
North
it's true.
Carolina and it's like
Swamp butt.
If you're not sweating here in the summertime, you're not drinking enough water. You sweat your ass off here.
Jesus. Bree, calm down, okay? Calm down. Yeah. This is where it starts getting crazy. Hey, Bobby, how about March 22nd? And 10 a.m. Eastern, not 10 a.m. I can't remember where Bobby's at. Is she in Pennsylvania? Or maybe Bobby's out west, too. I can never remember where everybody's at. I'm going to remember that you're in West Virginia, though, because I think you're the first person we've talked to on here from West Virginia.
That's where my CCW's from.
Oh, that's strange. Why is that?
I think the FBI is in West Virginia.
Oh, so that's where it was like it's issued from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had to send all my stuff to the Federal Bureau of Investigations.
The Federal Bureau.
Mine's 50 states legal.
Oh, that's
except
cool.
for Hawaii. It's almost legal in every state.
Nice. Danny Wolf. I love his comment. Campfire, a dry heat, but I ain't sticking my butt in it either. Campfire, a dry heat. Danny's awesome. Guys, if you are not subscribed to Danny Wolf, go check his channel out. He does some cool exercises with cheap bands that you can buy on Amazon or anywhere else. You don't need expensive exercise equipment. And Danny can show you the way. Bobby has a question for Amber. Have you seen a ghost that had color, not just your typical gray mist?
Yeah, all of them that I see. There's only been a few that I've seen that were like all white or gray. But yeah, I can see like what they're wearing and all that stuff. I saw one at Buffalo Wild Wings last summer when we were all eating. Well, we had ordered our food, and I would just look over. I'm like at the edge of the table where you can, near the where you get, can stand up and walk off. And I screamed really loud, and everybody stared at me. But there was a guy standing there, and he had like work clothes on, like the navy blue mechanic pants and a shirt that was kind of dirty. The only thing I couldn't see on him was his face. It was all blurry. But he ended up coming home with me too, and I told him not to, but he did. They don't listen. Some of them do. They're like kids. Some listen, some don't.
Some listen, some don't.
Yeah. But yeah, I've seen them like full, like standing in front of me, and then sometimes I just get images in my mind. I'll get images of what they look like, what they're wearing, their hair color. Like when I do readings for people, I'll tell them, what kind of hair color they had, if they had curls, what they were wearing, if they used a walker or a wheelchair. They show me all that stuff. So,
is that something you can turn on and off, or do you see people with us right now?
It depends on how much energy I want to give it, but sometimes it just depends on how strong they are. I mean, a lot of times with spirits, like especially like people's loved ones, they want to show me how they passed away, like make me feel it. Like if they had lung problems, then I feel like I can't breathe, or if they were sick, then I'll feel like I'm going to throw up. And that happened at Applebee's the end of last year too. I kept getting really sick, and I'm like, with all this stuff going around, we're out at this restaurant, and I keep saying, "Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going to throw up," and people are looking at me like, "Is she contagious?" But
yeah.
It was a guy that was, it was the lady's father, but I tried to ignore it because, I don't want to be just walking up to people and be like, "Hey, who's this guy?" Because some people aren't open to that. But I eventually did, because he did not let me, like I couldn't even eat my meal because I was just like so nauseated. And I told her, I was like, there's this man with you. He had a red plaid button-up shirt on. I said, he's really sick. He's showing me that he's throwing up a lot. And he passed away from being sick. And her dad had recently passed away from cancer. And he was very sick when he died. And she said the red shirt was like his favorite shirt. So she's like in tears thanking me in Applebee's. And by the time I noticed, like there's people around us, like just all looking. And I was like, I didn't mean to bother you, but he's okay. He's with you.
Holy smokes, that's awesome. She's probably telling that story 100 times a day.
Right. I'm sure there was a Facebook post about me somewhere or something, you know,
Exactly.
that I didn't see.
A TikTok video. So I was at Applebee's. You wouldn't believe it.
Yeah. This one girl
That's
came
pretty
up.
cool. That's really nice of you. I mean, I know you said that you couldn't even finish your meal before you did that, but
Yeah,
really
some
nice
of them
of
I
you
can
to
kind
do
of
that.
like ignore. There have been times I ignored them. Recently at a I think it was like a breakfast place, like an IHOP or something, and that was this year. There was somebody working there, and she was wiping tables off, and I saw her mom. I didn't say anything to her. This lady, I just knew that she had an issue with drugs, and that's how her mom passed away, and I could feel that. I didn't say anything to her. Just because of the situation it was, you know, I didn't want to cause anything else for her to, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to be the reason that if she was trying to recover that she relapsed or anything like that. I didn't want to put that guilt on myself. But then when we were leaving, she had went to the bathroom a few minutes before me, and I took my daughter to the bathroom, and I'm like, well, if she's in there washing her hands, I might just say, hey, yes, you know, has your mom passed away? But she was still in the bathroom, and she was standing. You could tell she was standing, not actually using the bathroom. So I don't know what she was doing. So I just left it at that. I mean, I may have given her that message, but you know, there's some situations, especially when people pass away from substances, that's an iffy one, because some people don't like to even admit that somebody in their family did that. You know, even if that's how they passed, they don't like to talk about it. So it's a little odd if I, you know. That's
understandable.
Yeah, I don't want somebody to start an argument with me or just get loud or act irrational.
Yeah, and some people just aren't in the position, you know, they're not comfortable with showing emotion like that in public too. So maybe maybe if somebody was uncomfortable, that would also come across as anger, maybe.
And sometimes I can see them with people, but they don't really say anything. They don't really want to give a message. They're just hanging out with their family, you know? So,
yeah.
But I did have an experience. Last year was full of it with restaurants, but at a Mexican restaurant, and this boy was there, and he was very young, probably 19 or 20, and he had passed from an overdose, and I felt really dizzy, and it kind of scared me because I was alone there with my daughter, and you know, I looked like people probably thought I've been drinking, and I haven't. You know what I mean? Like I was really sick from it and really dizzy. But I finally asked the waitress if she knew anybody that passed away that way, and she did. It was her brother's best friend. They were all used to hang out together, and it was him. But you know, sometimes I wish they didn't make me feel that, but I guess in some sort of way it helps resonate who that person is with someone too. So
I like what Sweetly said here. Sometimes it's about the oath, not about what the recipient of the message wants, likes, etc. And Bobby also said, my father comes to me and he looks like he did when he was around 30 years old, plus he's in color.
Yeah, they can usually, I mean, I know, like I saw somebody, and I don't remember who this person was, but you know, like if you just scroll through TikTok or type in like mediumship readings, you can come across like 30 million lives, you know, people doing readings. I was just scrolling. I like to watch other people read sometimes. But this lady had told somebody, well, if anybody ever sees your loved one the same age they were when they passed away, they're lying to you because they always show themselves younger. And that's not true. Like, I'm like, who is this person telling them that? You know, everybody has different gifts. You can have a room full of 5 mediums and they're all going to see things differently. They're all going to have different experiences and resonate it differently. And some people get and a lot of mediums do this too. They get such a one-track mind with it. Like if you don't do things the way I do it, then it's not valid. And that's not true. Like people have to stop doing that. And yeah, I mean, there's people that can, you know, tell you what's going to happen next week. And I mean, I do card readings for future readings. I loved one of those, but I'm not going to just like look at you and be like, hey, this is what's going to happen next week. I can't do that. And I wouldn't tell you I could. But there's there's so many varieties of abilities. I mean, and that's what makes everybody unique. Like we don't all need to be the same.
I was going to say, that's what this whole community sometimes to me, when I sit at work and I'm bored and I'm thinking about this, it feels like a Marvel movie sometimes. It's almost like we're all X-Men. I mean, I don't have, as far as if somebody asked me, like, what experiences have you had? What abilities do you have? I would tell them none and none. Like, I've as far as I'm concerned, I've never seen a UFO. I've never seen a ghost. It's questionable to whether I've seen an orb in one of my videos the other day. I was giving a reading to my cousin, a private reading. I was recording a video, and I think it was this side right here. An orb went down the wall like this and then went that way. And it was pretty, it's pretty clear, and there's nothing in this room that would make, like, there's no natural sunlight or anything that would reflect off the wall, so it's a pretty interesting video. So I could say maybe that was my first experience, but
maybe we should call Mick West.
we should see what his opinion is on it.
Well, he's the expert.
You'd probably just get in a fight with him anyway. How many times have you meditated, Mick West? Okay, then. That's what I wanted to hear. None.
You got to have a soul to meditate.
Oh, you heard it first here. Spooky's calling out the man. Mick West. But
Okay.
Get on.
yeah,
I don't know who
like I
he
was-
is, so I need to look it up.
Oh, he's like YouTube's famous
I
skeptic.
don't know who he is.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I want to
So,
look
you
him up
know,
then.
You know Mick West.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a skeptic. I kind of like him, to be honest.
All I said is let's call him about your orb.
I probably wouldn't like him after that video.
Right?
No, it's probably just some light you had in the room and you just weren't paying attention to your curtains at the time and a car drove by and a light. That was what it was. See, I kind of agree with Enzo here. We need a Mick West in our sphere to keep us honest.
We
Yeah,
got
'cause,
plenty of those.
He definitely
There's
calls
more-
out
a
the
lot
people.
more than him, man.
So
Yeah.
what if people were only skeptics because of how they were brought up, conditioning from like science, government, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's all about trying to protect what you've grown up learning.
right. I mean, I don't think anybody's born skeptic. You're trained to be that way, and then you use that as a defense mechanism.
It's
And
a guard.
it's okay to be, it's okay to be skeptic, but when you're using that platform or that title to bring other people down or bash people and discourage people, like that's when you go too far.
Hmm. For me, it's when he's telling a pilot that they might be mistaken on what they saw. And it's like, dude, the military has invested millions of dollars into these pilots so that they know exactly what they're looking at. And if they don't know what they're looking at, they're not going to tell you. Like, I'm sure this is what it was. And when you have a pilot telling you, I saw this hovering above the water,
Mm-hmm.
and then, I don't know. That's a whole nother rabbit
But
hole.
see,
to get
that's what I was talking about
down.
earlier. It's like people tell us what to believe and what not to believe, and and it's like he's gaslighting everybody else's feelings. You can't tell people that they didn't feel what they felt or see what they seen. I mean, that's not anybody else's job to discredit somebody's experiences. I mean, if you don't
Right.
agree with them, that's fine, but it wasn't your experience to disagree with. So,
That's true.
I mean, if they don't like it, they need to skedaddle on. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep. Live and let live,
Yes.
Let people have their opinions and express them how they want.
And if people did that, this world would be so much happier. If everybody meditated and kept their nose in their own business, it would be amazing, right?
Right.
Man, you brought the right guest on for me.
I was
Girl.
just thinking that.
I mean, Amber is like right there. Love it.
Yeah, Bobby pointed something out here in the chat. She said that she watches a lot of readers. There's a lot of fake ones out there, and it pisses her off.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watched one recently where I didn't like click on it so nobody knew I was like watching it, so I couldn't see the chat on TikTok. But somebody had she was doing paid readings for connecting with loved ones, and she goes on to talk about a person who had committed suicide, in this person's family, and started doing this whole reading on it. And then I'm assuming the person said that they didn't know anybody like that because she changed her reading. She's like, oh, well, maybe it was somebody you didn't know that, passed away before you were born. So she changes the whole reading and then pulls cards and was like, this person is like, you got the lover's card. Like this is like, she's pulling tarot cards. And and she's telling them that like they're with their soulmate and this person was single, and they're like, oh well maybe it means you're going to meet your soulmate soon, you know, like they kept changing it, and I'm like, you guys are still paying for this, you know.
Exactly.
I didn't say anything. Like I said, it's not my job to whatever. When
they represent and tell a tale that is obviously a setup, they make the legit ones look bad. For sure. Yeah, and that's exactly what we don't need right now, because we're trying to get more people into the community and get people to...
I mean, that goes for almost any aspect, though. Paranormal, you know, you got TV shows fake and stuff, and even some things on YouTube that are fake, and then, you know, people see something real, and then they start questioning it. Well, you know, thinking there's going to be dramatic music every time a ghost shows up, you know, or whatever it might be.
Bobby said, Spooky has spirits around him right now. I see one that looks like a child.
Oh,
I like hearing things like that.
Man, we all got things all around us we can't see. That's why you got to be humble, man. You gotta humble yourself, because you'd be shocked, literally shocked, if you knew what was around you.
I always go back to Wi-Fi signals. Like, if you could just flip a switch and see all the Wi-Fi signals. If all Wi-Fi signals were red, say they were red, and you could just flip a switch and see all the Wi-Fi signal that's ever around you. And then just imagine how infinite the universe is. And it's like, you're only thinking of one thing, Wi-Fi signals. It's one thing that's a human construct, one individual type of, you know, sensory, whatever you want to call it. But, and then if you think about how like unlimited the universe is, it's like, well, obviously there's millions and trillions of things around us that we don't have the sensors to pick up. So yeah, when it comes to that, I'm very humble, because I only have what I have for senses to pick up what's around me. And obviously there's a lot more around us than we have sensors for.
Yeah. Start meditating every night. Do it for like a week and just see how much it changes. Do it.
Yeah.
You will be surprised.
You owe yourself to know yourself.
That is awesome.
Hey. Yes. That's going to be on Spooky's merch.
Yeah.
Right here. It's right here.
Make it a song.
All the power.
Make it a song? Hey, you
yeah.
could probably do that. Spooky's a songwriter. Come on, man. Make it a song. Put it on YouTube.
Look, I don't mean to be. I'm not somebody that brings hate or negativity in any way. I'm going to end it on the Mick West thing. The guy's wealthy. The guy's charismatic. The guy is extremely articulate. He's obviously a brilliant man, and a lot of people like him. That's awesome. I like him too, but I just question, where is the expertise when you're trying to debunk and criticize contactees and experiencers that have been experiencing things their whole lives? You know, I just think that we have to put it into context about who we start listening to as the experts. That's it. I mean, I ain't no hate.
Exactly right.
Ain't no hate at all.
Would definitely never call him an expert.
I'm not going to look at mine because I don't want
somebody
to.
An expert that we go to them for their critique. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because they got a beautiful British accent?
I'd never put him in the expert. That's part of it. That's part of it. That accent does get people. Like, well, he's got to know what.
I mean, y'all have heard the saying about opinions, right?
I think so.
You know who's not impressed by his accent? The people in the UK.
That's true. They're like, this idiot. No. Yeah, he does get people with the accent.
Yes, sweetly.
Buttholes, yeah.
I used to have a guy that worked for me, and he was from London, and everybody loved him so much. A lot of it was just because they liked talking to him because of the accent. I loved him too. He was cool.
Yeah. I was thinking about that when I was listening to a Rogan episode the other day. Joe Rogan. A Rogan episode the other day. There was somebody on there that was British, and that came across my mind. I'm like, how much of this stuff am I just believing because of his accent and he sounds smart? We must sound bizarre to them. Really unintelligent. Grandmaster UV, what's up, dude? Oh.
No, I didn't say I didn't say see what you do when you just try to...
Maybe there's another comment up here I can say hi to him and pull up. No.
No, that isn't.
Microwave beams and Wi-Fi signals are subset of radio frequencies, and they can be mapped using RF frequency mapping. Oh, let's do that. How do we do that? RF frequency mapping. Randall Hill, good morning. Good to see you. Oh, it's his right side. Well, depending on how short your grandfather is, maybe she's picking up on your grandfather. It's pretty cool when Bobby just starts typing in the chat that she can see people sitting next to us. Eddie says the most accurate paranormal information comes from experiencers.
Word up.
Like in similar experiences create more credibility. There are no answers or experts in this field. Totally
exactly.
Mm-hmm. Well, Amber, how long do you normally do podcasts or interviews for it? Is this something you normally do?
Done a few, but I mean, I don't do them on my channel really, but
yeah. I've talked to some people recently that they're like, oh, I could never do a live stream. I have to do all my stuff pre-recorded. It's like, oh, you just got to give it a chance.
Just get on there and do it.
Yeah.
Yep. If people don't like it, they'll stop listening.
When you're live, really good shit happens that you can't take back because it was live.
Right.
Yeah, like stumbling over your words.
Ben and his driver's license. That one's still, dude. Oh, that's still the funniest one I've seen.
Yeah. Did he end up taking
it down?
We had a buddy
trying to share his screen, and the first thing he popped up was a photo of his driver's license with his address.
Live on YouTube.
Just blasted across everyone's screens.
That's hilarious.
It was only up there for a second, too. He was like, bam. And then he's like, oh, not that. Not that. It's like, dude, even if it's up there for a split second, it's bad. There's a pause button and a slow your video down button.
All
and
you
all
gotta do
that.
is pause it.
Man, I tried to live stream from the ocean yesterday, but the signal, it said 5G, and as soon as that military chopper comes flying over the ocean,
What's up, Eric?
Every single signal went out. My phone almost was basically dead. They can zap your signal like that, man. It's wild. And even after they flew by and went probably miles away, it was still out. I had to like restart my phone.
Weird.
Oh.
Wonder if they do that so you can't live stream them flying over you.
Well, they got those safeguards for their systems. They don't want any interference at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I drove by. We have the Marine Corps base, Camp Pendleton, up here in North County, and it's like between here and San Clemente, and I feel like I hear a little echo. That's weird.
Yeah.
Not sure
Let's
why.
see if it's on Sonny's side. No, blah 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 blah. Pop 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 pop. Test.
Anyways,
I think it
I'm
was
sorry.
on Sonny's. It was on Sonny's side for a second. Oh, it's still there.
Is it still there? It might be
Yeah.
the heater it's picking up.
I mean, it's not that bad. I just noticed it. But yeah, I was gonna say that when I drive by that military base, you have to drive by it every time you go to and from LA, but you lose all your signal too on your phone.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably like I think, well, like with ghost pictures or Bigfoot or whatever alien pictures, people always complain that they're blurry and stuff, but these energy fields, have the ability to do that. Like, why wouldn't they? You know what I mean? If something's gonna speak or touch a REM pod or whatever else, like, why could they not manipulate anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I always tell people. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of camera you have. Like, if they want to make it blurry and make you look for it, then they're going to.
I put my GoPro out. I don't know. It was like a month ago. I set it outside and hit record, and it's cold out here. And when I went out to check it, like 2 hours later, it was just black, froze up again, said it overheated. I have that problem. I've had it twice now. I ordered that stupid GoPro, and I was like, how the hell did it overheat and just stop recording, itself? Yeah.
That is weird. That was a GoPro that overheated?
Mm-hmm. They did it when me and Billy, Papa Willie, were fishing, and those lights went off. I had the GoPro sitting on the dash of the truck, and the first time it went off, you would have seen it because the truck was facing. I was standing in front of the truck when that happened. But when we went to check the GoPro, it said it had overheated and shut off. We couldn't see anything.
Oh, weird.
Is that common for that to happen?
It's happened twice now.
The
other night, a month ago, at night when I put it out here, I wasn't trying to record anything. I just aimed it up at the sky and hit record. And I think it was when the moon was having an eclipse or something like that. That it was then, and then it overheated. It said, and it was cold out here, so I didn't get that.
That is weird. I've never heard of a GoPro overheating. That's strange.
Yeah, I haven't either.
That's what it says. It gives me a little typed thing across the screen. It says overheated.
Randall just said in the chat, I challenged the devil to a fight in 2000. Man, sleep paralysis for 10 years. Well, I'm going to not do that then. Sleep paralysis. That sounds scary. It gets into God quick. My father was a preacher, and I started dating a devil worshiper. Holy smokes. Yeah, you got to be on the podcast. We need to hear some stories.
Yep.
ChadSmithPodcast@gmail.com. If you are interested in being on the show, please. We'd like to hear some stories from you. Hey, Amber, this is the time of the show. It's almost 2.5 hours, so I normally drop the StreamYard link and let Gypsy Road or whoever else wants to come on, they come on and hang out with us. And you are more than welcome to hang out with us for that, the last half hour. But I wanted to give you an easy out because I know you've got family and stuff going on there. I didn't want to take up your whole day, but
it doesn't matter.
All right, cool. Yeah,
I mean, if you want to kick me out, no, I'm just.
Oh, I definitely don't want to kick you out.
I'm just.
You're welcome to stay until even our after party. We normally have a little hour long or so after party after the show. You're more than welcome to hang out for that too. But yeah, I told Gypsy Road last night, I'm like, hey man, if you're going to be around, you're more than welcome to come on the show. And he said that he'd be here, so that's cool. There he is. Gypsy Road, how's it going, man?
Yeah.
See, this is the family right here. This is the real family.
This is the real
family. Morning, man.
Our DNA family. They could.
That's right. Hey Eddie, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Have a good one.
I got to take that off. Turn that off.
Oh yeah, you got the YouTube up.
Yeah. Rookie mistake. Right? I should have known better.
Yeah. Hey, I like Eddie's got to leave, but he said sometimes it's the last key on the ring that opens the lock.
Every time.
Have a good one.
I know whenever I lose something, Eddie, and I find it, it's always the last place I looked.
That's true. That saying is there for a reason.
Yeah.
Man, it was good to see you guys last night in the chat. That was cool.
Yeah, you had a really good show, man.
That was a good show, man.
Amber, you guys were, that was fun. Yeah, I love talking to people that I never talked to on the show before. Their Bigfoot side and stuff, and I love that channel because they talk about UFOs too. The connections that they're not single minded to just Bigfoot. They're open minded to other possibilities within that community, and I appreciate that because if you can't be open minded with several different topics within the one community, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I mean,
like Amber's been on my show before and stuff. You know, we'll connect paranormal to almost anything.
I really like
I
how
think all of us
open-minded
were
you
in
are,
your
man.
chat last night.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I think every one of us was in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I always say you have to be open-minded, right? Because you never know that 5% that you might, you could be 100, you could be 99.9%, but it's gonna be that one time where, oh shit, I was wrong. So keep yourself 10% open.
I'm sure I know people that a ghost could take a stick and smack them in the face, and they'd still say it didn't happen, just so they wouldn't have to admit they were wrong.
Yeah.
So,
well, a lot of people, the hardcore people in the Bigfoot community don't realize there's more evidence of ghosts being real than Bigfoot itself. But some people just don't want to, they don't want to hear that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I just like how you come up with so many interesting questions that I wouldn't even think to ask. So that's something cool to watch too when I'm watching your streams. Is some of the questions that you ask. It's just like, I've wondered about that too. I just forgot to even ask that kind of question.
Yeah, one of the rules I always kind of have when I invite somebody on, I don't try to push their, push their what made them want to do it. Like they're like the Bigfoot guys when they tell their stories about what shaped them on, what that encounter was. I don't ask for that, but if they want to bring it up, I'll let them, because I'm sure a lot of people go on so many shows, they tell their encounter story and they probably get tired of it. So I never try to do that. But if they want to bring it up, I appreciate that. But I never want them just to come on my show just to tell me their one story that they've told 100 times.
Yeah.
I want to know the person, not exactly what their story is about. I always like behind the scenes, after you saw the encounter, how did that affect your life? That's cool about the Bigfoot, the colors, but how did that affect your life afterwards? How do you go to work and see people that the things that you saw? That's the stuff that I'm interested in. And that's kind of questions I like to ask. Amber's been on a lot of investigations, but I like to know, talk to her and stuff like, but how does that change your life?
Right.
Knowing
how the people in your life
people
affected
won't
by
know and they don't believe you about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like when you go to work every day and you talk to these people about the people at work about this stuff, how do they interact with you and what kind of questions do they bring up? And, if you're in this community for long enough, you kind of get numb to some of the basic questions, I think, because we get so involved in some of the more advanced questions that people have that sometimes you forget about just the real basic stuff like, are aliens really green? Are the UFOs actually saucers? Like some of the real basic questions that people have, you kind of forget about those.
And it's not even just people that don't really believe it, like question it. There's other people that believe that still don't validate other people's experiences or believe them, like other people who's had experiences, but just because it wasn't like theirs, they think you're full of it. There's a lot of people like that too.
Yeah. One of my favorite shows that I ever done is called When It's Time to Speak Out, about Bigfoot, paranormal, and UFO. And I had Jeff Harding on. And the whole show, we got deep. It wasn't about his encounter. It was about, how come it took you 20 years to finally come out with that story? And he just told us how it really affected him. He was afraid to tell his own wife. His own wife didn't know his encounter until after 20 years of marriage. I mean, imagine holding that in for 20 years from your wife.
Yeah.
I mean, that's priceless.
Yeah, it's crazy that people think that they need to hold it. I mean, I don't know. It's sad that people feel that they need to wait that long.
You're waiting for people to be open to hear it.
Yeah, well, think about it. 20 years, even 10 years ago, YouTube started 8 years ago? I can't remember exactly, but not everybody was on it even when YouTube first started. So you didn't think you could build that community from your own home, and now you can. And I think it's helped out so many people. To have an outlet for them to come out with it.
Right here.
40 years of never telling a soul. Wow.
I mean, people want to hear the story, but then they don't like what they hear.
Yeah, or they pick it apart and try to.
I'm sorry it doesn't fit with your narrative of what this
Mhm.
is all about. You know, unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's not what you thought.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
like
just
the
want
heaven
that
and hell
fast
thing.
30-minute horror movie, and then that's it. I want to know what I'm the guy. I'm the guy that loves the behind the scenes when I get a DVD, how they make it, what did it go through?
Oh man,
You know,
that's a
some of
good.
these characters that they actually like when Bill Murray did Where the Buffalo Roam, about that crazy writer that goes to Vegas, does drugs. He actually spent time with that guy to learn his craziness. You know, I love behind the scenes stuff. You know, that's better than the movie sometimes.
Yep. Yeah, actually, I was the same way. Watching the DVDs, that was my favorite part of the DVDs, is having the special features at the end and figuring out how they made it. What was the one that James Cameron flooded an entire missile silo for? The Abyss.
Oh,
He bought an entire
so
missile
sick.
silo and flooded it. What was that?
What it was.
I love that movie.
I haven't seen it. Surprise.
I just saw a
surprise.
big shadow go down the hill out the window.
Oh my god, I thought we were finally gonna connect on a movie.
I know,
Oh.
nice. Okay.
It might be.
I mean, James Cameron took the Abyss and made people think that, hey, sometimes they don't come from above; they come from below. You know, the deepest part of the ocean. We don't know what's in there. You know, most machineries can't go that deep.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, Spooky. You thought you had one, huh?
I thought there was
we have to
one
do
that
a
we could talk
GoFundMe
about.
account and get him an A-list AMC car so he can start going to movies.
Man, something about 40 years. It's like in this chat room.
Yeah. What's up with that? 40 years.
I mean, think of ghosts and experiences like gas. It's not good to hold it in. Let it out. Right?
That's a
Let
good way
it
to
out.
look at it. Let that gas out, man. Just let it out.
Go for
Well,
it.
the way I look at it at this point in my life, it's like you might as well just
Right.
come out with your crazy story, because it's like you want people around you. The goal is to have people around you that support and love you. So it's like you might as well just come out with it, and that's like a good filter to filter out who's on your side and who isn't. It's like if you come out with your UFO story and somebody calls BS on it, and then it causes issues with your friendship or whatever, then they weren't the right person to hang out with. Boom.
And who's to
Easy way
say that
filter 'em out.
someone, when you're telling your story, that somebody's not overhearing? Say it's a 13-year-old kid that had an experience and they've been told they're crazy, and they hear this, you know, an adult, somebody that they look up to, you know, talking about it, and then they kind of figure out that they're not abnormal, or there's nothing wrong with them. You know, I mean, it can make just one, if it changes somebody's life, then that's worth it. It's worth sharing your story.
Absolutely.
This is some shitty ass coffee.
What are you drinking? Life is too short.
Shitty-ass coffee. I ran out of my Nespresso pod, so I got to use Keurig, and I hate the plastic taste that comes from Keurig cups.
Yeah.
Add some Kahlua in it, you'll be fine. I'm just
So I drink my coffee black. I don't put
Facts.
anything in it. You know. It's
No, I
really
really
tough
like
to
Amber.
drink.
Throw a little Kahlua in there.
Yeah,
Covers up.
yeah.
Or my
Just-
aunt used to say, you got to get my eye back. And she would pour like little brandy inside the coffee because you got to get your eye
Ooh.
back.
Good morning. That's how you deal with the family right there.
I did that to Donnie before when we were fishing, Chad. I had a thermos with me,
Yeah.
and I had drank like half the coffee out of it. And this is like 6 hours later. I took a drink and I told him, "Damn, it's still hot." And he goes, "That coffee's still hot?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Give me some." And I gave it to him. It's cold, but it's got so much whiskey and Kahlua and amaretto in it, it burns your throat when you drink it. He's driving. He took a drink and he goes, "God damn, Gus, what are you trying to do to me?" I told you it's hot.
Liquor store in a bottle or in a cup right there.
That's fire.
Yep,
Jeez.
it's like it's a half a bottle of booze and then a half a bottle of coffee in that thermos. Usually when I go fishing. That's how I stay
Yay,
warm.
700 subs.
Oh, good job, Jamie.
Yay.
Good job, Jamie and Bree. Congratulations on
did
700
it.
subs. That's awesome. We're going
On
to
the
look
way to
back on this
1,000.
and laugh our asses off when you
So-
got 50,000.
Right.
We're gonna be like, remember when you had 700? We were all excited.
So we got the worst fake holiday coming up on Monday. God, I hate fucking Valentine's Day.
The worst fake
That
holiday.
is
Most husbands do.
That is just a politic making money to scam there everyone. But hey, I am taking one for the guys this Friday night. I am taking one for the guys. For the wife, I gotta go see a movie called Marry Me with
Marry
Jennifer
Me?
Lopez.
What? Oh my!
I gotta sacrifice one bad movie for a wife.
Uh-oh. Chick flick day.
Bro, I
Yeah.
can stare at J-Lo for
You know
an
you're
hour.
gonna
See you
like
on the
it.
other side, man.
Yeah, no problem, Jamie. Well deserved. You guys have a lot of cool content over there.
Man, that'd have 7,000.
I'm telling you. All the time I look to see, where the super chat button is. It's like there's no way that they don't have a super chat button.
Mm-hmm.
They're just babies, just like us. Just still growing. Yep.
Technically, it's better for people to use like Streamlab versus Super Chat, but Super Chat's easy because it's on the bottom. Because Streamlabs, you get 70% more of it than you do with, Google takes like 40% of all.
Why don't people just put up their Venmos and stuff like that? Why don't they
YouTube
just get
don't
the straight
like that.
cash? No
YouTube
middleman.
doesn't like that. I don't think.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't
But we
really.
do. We do it.
Yeah,
Drop
we
that
still
link,
do it.
Cass. Show them the link tree.
Of course they don't like it, but I mean, is it legal? Just put that cash right in your account.
I don't know, man. It might be in their rules and regulations or their policies or whatever to not advertise other monetary sites. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But until we get taken down, go to chadsmithpodcast.com, pick up some merch, and support us in the link tree right there. Thank you.
Like, I'm not sure who else is doing it, but I know this year Cash App is making you pay taxes on all your donations if you get them. So
Technically, that's a government thing. Yeah. Anytime
I think it's silly though.
if you give people money, technically you're supposed to pay taxes on that, to the government.
I think I understand it that it's small businesses to start, and then individuals will come later probably. But right now they want to just start with small businesses as far as the tax.
That's what it said. But I use Cash App when I do lives on TikTok. And I do like readings for donations on there, but they made me sign like this virtual thing before I could even like log into Cash App January 1st.
Yeah.
And it was like, how do you want your tax forms next year? All this stuff.
Yeah.
And it said it was to crack down on people who do small businesses and make a lot of money selling their stuff, whatever. But how are they going to decipher, who's who?
$600 you have to report. See, we did a show a long time ago about what is going to be one of the biggest conspiracies out there, because people do these stupid conspiracies on buildings falling, all that. I said, no, the biggest conspiracy is when we fully go digital currency, where there is no more dollars and quarters, where everything is all digital. Why is that a conspiracy? Because the government can easily track you now because all money is digitally. So if I loan Chad $1,000, government's going to know about it. Why is that important? They're going to charge me taxes on it. They can tax people more. And think about the drug dealers. What are they going to do now, right? Because drug dealers right now, they sell drugs. Nobody pays taxes to get cash. When it's digital currency, they might actually have to pay taxes on the drugs they sell.
So be like, do you have Venmo?
So it affects everybody. Because listen, we're already technically nobody I know really anymore carries cash on them. It's all cards, and now you got phone apps, and you just click, pay. So they can start tracking it. That's revenue for the government. So eventually we will be going digital currency, and we're going to end up paying more.
Well, if they stay with crypto, I mean, the government, nobody can crack crypto right now. So
Not yet.
if you can, not yet, until AI figures it out. I don't think humans are going to be able to crack crypto, but I think AI probably could.
I remember my aunt lived in Reno. And she was telling us, if you go gamble and if you win big, she says, never cash out all your winnings at once. Because if you cash out, I'm talking about if you win over 1,000, you're going to pay taxes. If you win a big pot, keep it in there and pull out like $200 at a time and say you lost it. And then keep going back and you lost it until that till the account is zero. And then that's a way to avoid paying taxes.
Yeah. It's definitely a way to avoid paying taxes. I'm just saying. If you guys got some crypto money doing some exchanges, it's pretty secret. I'm just saying. Anyway. Yeah, I've got a little bit of crypto.
I don't even know what it is.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, like Bitcoin,
basically.
Ethereum.
I do.
No idea.
I have a little crypto. I'm signed up with Coinbase because Coinbase once in a while has these little videos. If you watch it and answer a few questions, they'll give you free digital money, different ones. So I've got like $100 worth of different digital money just doing their little videos without even putting my own money in it.
Yeah.
You know, so I just played the game along with them. Take what they're giving you for free.
Amber, it's very, I mean, for me, it's kind of hard to explain crypto, but it's kind of like, I mean, you can exchange US dollars for it. And basically all it is, it's not a physical coin. You don't get an actual physical coin or anything like that in the mail or anything. But if you can go to certain websites and trade US dollars for cryptocurrency. So like say if you wanted to buy Bitcoin, you would go to a website like crypto.com, I think is an actual website. And you can exchange, you would exchange like $20. You would send $20 USD to this platform, and it would exchange to you a certain percentage of a Bitcoin.
So do they keep your money there in their platform, like on some kind of?
Yeah, like that money goes into the system. It's like a big bowl of money.
So what happens when the system goes down? Does everybody's money get lost?
No,
See, I don't
because
know if I would trust that.
no, because it's like crypto is embedded into the whole internet, basically. So it's not like on one system. It's not like there's one server. It's like the collection of servers.
So it's
Kinda
not
like
just
how the
one
internet
company
is.
that does it, like that keeps
No.
it. Okay.
No.
Nope,
All
it's
you gotta
multiple
do, Amber,
servers.
All you gotta do, Amber, go to gypsyroad.live,
Okay.
scroll down to my cryptocurrency button, and you go in there. It tells you what I do. I have a section for cryptocurrency. It tells
Do
you
you?
what it is, and then I have a square. You click on Crypto Watch. It tells you every coin on where it's at.
Mhm.
I actually have it on my website.
I thought you were gonna say click the button that says add cryptocurrency. Go ahead and submit your own
donate
crypto.
it to me.
Yeah, donate
Actually,
to Gypsy Road.
there is a button where if you join Coinbase, if you go through me, yeah, I get $100, whatever. Yeah, I mean, there's that on there, but it's a whole map of all your coins. And I always tell people, go there, write down a coin, like pretend you're buying something, and kind of learn and watch it like the ups and downs. It's kind of a thing.
Yeah,
You know, kind of a learning thing.
it's basically the stock market for.
Well, it's untraceable right now with the government because, you know, if Sony needs money, I'd rather give him the $1,000 through cryptocurrency, and then nobody sees it, he gets it. But it could go up and down too, right? I could send him 1,000, and then by the time he gets it, it could be down to 800. or
But then,
even
can they
higher.
not track it when you cash out?
Well, it's like a stock. It's like a stock. When you sell it, you
Mhm.
sell it at that moment what it's worth. So when you sell it, if it's worth more than you bought it for, of course you made a profit. Or if it drops, I mean, cryptocurrency runs 24 hours. It's not like stock market closes at 5 o'clock or noon, whatever. The next day you go in. Cryptocurrency runs at 24 hours, so it can just go up and down, and it's a roller coaster game. You one minute if you have $1,000 in there, it could be down to $300. Seriously, in one day. But next day, it could be up to $1,200. So I mean, it really is a roller coaster. It's for the long haul. It's not a fast cash out.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with using it as an actual currency right now. Because if you buy this cup today for one Bitcoin, and then tomorrow one Bitcoin costs $40,000 US, it's like, well, this cup's obviously not worth $40,000, but that's what the coin is up to now. So something that's supposed to be super stable, like the most stable one is supposed to be. I think Ethereum, but maybe it's still Bitcoin. It's supposed to be very stable, but still, even that one goes up and down.
Well, Bitcoin is the most popular one, so that's the one that's always going to be up there in the highest price, even though it's less security versus all the other coins, but it's the first one. So I have a lot in Stellar Lumen because I bought Stellar Lumen when it was like 5 cents. And now it's worth like 35 cents. 5 cents, 35 cents. So that $100 I played with is worth right now over 2,000. I mean, but tomorrow it could go back down to 3 cents or 2 cents.
Check this out, Amber. Check this out. In 2010, this dude that I can't pronounce his name spent 10,000 Bitcoins at a local pizza restaurant called Papa John's to buy himself 2 pizzas. Back then, his Bitcoins were worth only $40 for 10,000 Bitcoins. Considering Bitcoin's value today, well, this is August of 21, which is over $46,000 each, these 2 pizzas can be regarded as the coolest pizzas of all time. I wish he would. How much
right
is that?
Now,
though?
Bitcoin is 45,365.50
For one.
for one.
How much was it?
45,000 just dropped. 45,282.80.
All right, so if he kept his coins
Watch
instead
me
of
get through my website.
buying those 2 pizzas, he would have. Well, my calculator doesn't even go that high. Let's do it differently. He would have $452,820,000.
Wow. He's probably still struggling with trying to figure out what the lesson was in life for that one, right? That decision.
Seriously, yeah. Yeah, that's the famous story of the pizza story, though. $90 million pizzas.
But John's is good though, so
Hey, it's worth it, right? At least you
Yeah.
got some good food.
It's awesome.
Just money.
It's just a strange. It's just money.
Yep.
Jamie's here for comic relief, everyone, just in case everyone's worrying in the chat.
Yeah.
Would
Now,
you
Yeah,
say
when she,
that?
was saying, when she said that Cash App was gonna tax us, for and how they're gonna decipher between if it's a company or just money being given to you. Ours all have little comments on there, and they're gonna think we're hookers, man, because it says show us your boobs, let's see some skin,
Let's see some
just for
skin.
looking good.
Man, I
Tell
hope,
Dad to show me his titties. We even have one for a damn receipt where I sold your cousin.
Yeah, really, dude. I never thought about
I'm
that.
gonna
The
get in
comments.
trouble for trafficking.
Oh my god. Yeah, one probably
For
says the
human
sale of Jake Smith.
trafficking.
Yep.
Oh no.
but
What was
look
the
at
$20?
the NFT craze now. The NFT,
Oh,
people
yeah.
are buying NFT, digital art and stuff. And it's just like,
I don't
wow,
even get that.
people, wow.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
not
get
into
that.
NFTs.
Yeah, an NFT, Amber, is a. Are you frozen? You still there?
No, she's just happy. Yeah, she's frozen.
Permanently happy. Yeah, I guess we don't even have her audio. That sucks.
I mean, I got a few NFTs because I got some free from like when I bought Spider-Man tickets early. AMC gave me free NFTs on Spider-Man cars. Like, oh great, what am I supposed to do with this?
Hold on to them for the next 20 years, dude. They're probably going to be worth millions. I have 72 NFTs. Jamie, we need to talk. We need to do an NFT episode because I don't know what the hell we're talking about.
You're right. That would be a good episode, dude, because NFTs is a bit more complicated. It's more like
Still on
What
the
do you-
blockchain, but it's digital art. It's a picture.
What the hell is a spooky pipe cleaner NFT?
I was hoping you would
I don't
miss
know.
that.
I don't know, but we need a Chad Smith podcast logo NFT.
Where are our mods?
They are
they
our
don't-
mods.
They are, yeah. Those are the mods.
funny, right?
What kind of mods are we gonna get?
We need mods for mods.
Oh,
But I think the problem with NFTs is everybody's doing it. There's Metallica just came out with NFTs. I'm like, aren't they gonna flood it with too much pictures and stuff, and then the value is gonna drop because there's less. There's too much of it. When anybody can create one.
Mm-hmm. We are
not
the moist
everybody
mods.
can create a Bitcoin. That takes talent. That takes work. But NFTs, I don't think anybody can create one.
I can't get past moist, man.
Yeah, they use the moist word a lot.
I forgot who your guys' guest for tomorrow night again.
Tomorrow night is Vanessa Hogel or Hogel.
That sounds familiar.
On Chop Shop.
That sucks. I gotta go see a stupid movie about a person getting married during a concert.
Wait, what?
I mean, I'm saying that sucks. That most of your show tomorrow, I gotta be in a fucking theater watching Jennifer Lopez marrying some guy from the stand during her concert.
That's during our show tomorrow?
Yeah, it starts at 7:00 my time.
Well, damn.
Better take your earbuds.
I mean, next week I'm seeing Uncharted. That's different. Uncharted looks decent.
Uncharted.
Yeah, Uncharted. Yeah.
Hi, Amber. Welcome back.
Hey, my whole internet went out. Like the Wi-Fi was all red buttons.
It's the government.
It's Big Brother.
At least I wasn't making a weird face when it froze, right? Could have been worse.
Jake Smith.
Aw, Jake. Make me cry, man.
What's up, man?
Fun. Jake got moved to second shift. He's really not liking it.
What?
Yep, we're not on the same shift anymore.
Who do I need to talk to about that?
I can give you a number, actually.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
No, the question is, how come he had to go to a different shift? Did you guys talk too much or something? You guys get in trouble?
No, they eliminated his shift. They got rid of midnights for his building.
Oh.
We're in two different buildings, same company, two different buildings, and they got rid of his shift. So there's only days and afternoons in his building now.
I know how he feels. My last job, I got my position got eliminated. It's gone.
That sucks, man.
It's like,
drive careful, Jake. Hit me up when you get to work, man.
When you guys happen to make my skid plate bolt that I'm missing?
Dude, there's so many bolts. You just give me I need millimeters, though. You got to tell me how many millimeters.
It's that many millimeters.
That many? I just need a millimeters and a pitch for the threads. What kind of threads are you dealing with?
Fine threads.
Probably, what's it go in?
Now, Sonny, are you in charge of your paranormal chop shop page?
Hell no.
Because
they don't let me do nothing. They don't let me do nothing.
What you do, man? I'm just giving an advice because, like,
I just Chad. I'll just blame it on him.
Like on this computer, I just got your page up.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see who your guest is. When you do your channel keyboard blocks, you should have it where all your upcoming live shows pop up. So when I go straight to your channel, I know exactly what your next live show is. Because like you said, there's a show tomorrow, and I'm going to your home. It doesn't show there's one tomorrow. I go to your videos. It doesn't show that you have one tomorrow, even though you do have a link. You should make sure that's on your front page.
Is somebody brewing coffee?
I don't even know how to do that.
You just go. I mean, of course, you got to go to your studio, your YouTube studio, and then on the left-hand side, you have what they call customization. And then the customization is where you can do feature sections where you can create what kind of squares you want, uploads, pick playlist of different sections. And the first, like on my channel, I put upcoming live streams as the first one, on my channel.
I'll have to go figure it out.
Because see, if you go to my channel, my first square is my upcoming live show. So the link is there. Everybody knows what it is. You should have that front on your page. I'm just saying you don't have to. I'm just giving an advice because, like I said, I didn't know who's coming in tomorrow because I don't see it. I don't see your link on your page.
Yeah, see, I just put it in Facebook, and that's the only place I put a description of what's going on for the upcoming
I can help
show
you out with that
on YouTube.
Sonny.
Yeah, it just makes it easier for people to know. Then they can hit that reminder.
Right. So Amber, what do you have coming up on your channel? Got any plans?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, as far as like I don't know if it's really going to be on my channel, but there is a demonology course that I'm going to take here soon. I'm excited about that.
A
demonology
course?
Yeah, but that's just because I want to learn like different people's views on things, like and then
it's good to have both sides of the that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, and there's a few courses I think I'm going to take. Some of it is about like trans mediumship and different things, that kind of stuff. But that's kind of for myself, not really for my channel. But
yeah. Do you have more following on TikTok than YouTube?
Yeah, I've got about almost 30,000 on TikTok.
Holy man!
Yeah.
I need to get into some.
But Connor's still beating me. We were tied for a little while, then he like soared way above me.
I know her and Bigfoot and Non, they kick ass on TikTok.
I'm telling you, I need to get on there. I think I'm just gonna put highlights, like show highlights whenever we have something funny that pops up or something. I'll just put those up there on TikTok.
That's where I get like all those. I don't really get any hate comments on YouTube, but TikTok I do. Somebody commented. Yeah, somebody commented yesterday on one of my videos, and I was in a cemetery, and he's like, "Man, you'll really just do anything for money, won't you?"
Yeah.
I'm like, money. Who's paying me? I'm not getting paid. I paid like $70 in gas to come here, buddy. And he was like, "Yeah, okay." Like arguing with me, like, okay.
We need a wide we don't have a wide spectrum of comments right now. We're just getting all love. We need some.
You're so lucky, haters. Chad. I have to delete a lot of some of the comments that I get because
you?
The truth community, we're not friends, and they like to come over and just talk crap and say bad things and stuff. So
I'll send Jamie and Bree after them.
There's a couple channels out there that if they don't like what you're talking about, they send their whole channel to bomb your channel.
Well, we've got a whole damn community we'll send after them. Okay, we got like 10 different YouTube channels. We'll attack. Bree and Jamie.
Have you seen that Jay and Silent Bob movie where at the end of the movie they show up to people's houses?
Yeah,
that would be me. Yeah, I'll find out where you live. I'll knock on your door, punch you right in the mouth if you say something bad.
Most people on there, I just ignore them. They don't really bother me. But there's sometimes people kind of get personal, so I'll just make a whole post and like call them out. Especially like when I'm reading cards, people sometimes they'll get like it's always troll pages like with no content, no videos. Just trolling people. But I'll tell people I'm like, I don't need a deck of cards to know that you're an ass. Like I'm not reading for you.
I don't need it. That's a good shirt thing too. Good thing for a shirt.
That would be.
I don't need a deck of cards to know you're an ass.
I have to say that at least like once every 2 weeks on a live stream on TikTok.
I like that.
I know, I like it.
I like how Jamie right here says, "Just kidding, we're so kind," and then she goes, "Wait, who do I need to beat up?" Send me the details. Give me the
I have
deets.
a channel that does hit pieces on me.
Wait, what?
Gosh.
Yeah, dude. If you're gonna talk about the Mandela effect, you better be ready for hate. I'm not talking about people who don't believe it. I'm talking about people who believe in it too much, where you're not allowed to have an open mind in that conversation. And like I always tell people, hey, you can believe what you're on your own memory. This guy is a shell. He's trying to tell people don't take it seriously. You need to take it seriously. And they'll just for 20 minutes on their channel, they'll have a clip of my audio. And just like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna tell everybody, it's up to you. I don't force anything on anybody. But there's channels like that, man. They nothing you can do about it. But like somebody says, once you start getting the haters, you're doing something right.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying we don't have any haters. I'm starting to worry.
Only when we have Jim
mean,
Goodall or
views are
Michael
views, no matter what the opinion.
Strat on for guests. We finally got thumbs down.
We got a thumbs down
Yep.
On
We're
this
starting to
one?
become real.
On Chop
Oh,
Shop,
so-
we had Jim Goodall
Okay.
and Michael Pratt on, and
I'm like, does somebody not like
finally
me?
got some other haters from the other channels. They were like, "Oh, you dickheads!"
Amber,
Click.
Amber, it's probably me. Amber, they used to follow me there's a time I wouldn't go on other people's channels because they would follow me to bomb their channel because I was on it.
Bring the haters with
People
you.
are crazy. I call them the extreme truthers, the baby truthers that they just can't live in this reality where they think everything's conspiracy. It's like they give our government too much credit. I go, listen, our government does some stuff. I've been in the military, but most of them are all idiots. They're not as smart as you think they are. They're voted in by idiots.
Right.
You know, it's like.
Well, Amber, we're coming up on.
I love the UK. I love people in the UK, but they are the most conspiracy people in the whole freaking world. In the United Kingdom, they really are. They'll march for anything. I love the UK, but they'll march for anything over there.
Yeah, that's true. Passionate, very passionate people.
They are.
You know?
They really are.
We're getting butt rated. We're getting butt rated.
You're right. Aaron, over in New York, you're right. Drama sells. You're absolutely
That's
right. Some of these channels, when they want to get Patreon people and all that, what they do is they start fake wars because drama sells to get their Patreons up so they can get more, Snapchat money. It's a fact that people love hate, you know?
Right.
And when all these channels says Fox News, seeing all they bring is hate. They do the same thing. It's like, you're no better
Right.
than we are.
The ones complaining are doing it too. Yeah.
But hey, maybe I should doing it now. I should start doing hit pieces, right? Maybe I'll get more money.
Maybe. I mean, it's worth a
See,
try.
your vibration is higher than that,
But that's not me. I can't do that.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Like my brother tells me, my biggest problem is I'm too nice sometimes. I'm too nice.
I get that too. I've heard that before. Hey,
I know,
I
right?
know he's not nice.
That's a bad thing, right?
He's not
Right?
nice. I knew where
Who's
I
not
know where
nice?
he grew up. Gypsy
Oh.
Road.
So guys, go to Amber's ParaWorld on YouTube and subscribe there to Amber, and she's also on TikTok. And Gypsy Road, what do you got going on later today?
I'm actually doing a breaking news today. I'm actually doing it. I usually do it at 11, but today I'm doing it at noon Pacific time.
You say it's 1 o'clock. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Connor wants to jump on, and he waits till his boss leaves his workplace. So I told him, okay, I'll move it to noon. So if you want to jump on, you can.
There you go. Yeah, I was
But
going to say
those are my
here
like
too.
1 hour and below shows. They don't go over an hour. I keep that 1 hour and below.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. Well, everybody go check Gypsy Road's channel out and subscribe, please. And remember to check out Amber's channel too.
I got some good
Those
video
are in the
clips
description.
today.
And we'll see you guys Friday too on Paranormal Chop Shop with Vanessa and Gemma, and Spooky will be there.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on. It's been fun.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thanks for coming out and hanging
Thank
out
you,
with us.
Amber. It was nice meeting you.
You too.
We'll see you guys tomorrow on Friday at the Chop Shop.
Bye, everyone.
Peace.
UFO garage.
UFO Garage.
Yep.
Yep.
I
Go
feel
check
like
out
a
UFO
regular
Garage.
now.
Don't miss the
You are
boys.
regular. All right, we'll see you guys.
Right, it's
tomorrow.
Thursday. It's Thursday night.
Peace.
It sound right, boys.